Eat? You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of the Native American who fought alongside George Washington. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Storm cleanup is underway. Count on Grainger to help your business recover. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry when you stop by Grainger's West Palm Beach branch at 1800 North Florida Mango Road. Call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com to get the products and equipment you need now.
Every day, countless accidents occur on our roads, leaving victims with injuries, medical bills, and emotional distress. You don't have to face this difficult time alone. I'm partner Lance Ivey with the law firm of Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivey and Fromrath. With offices located in Broward, Palm Beach, and St. Lucie counties, our dedicated team of attorneys specializes in all types of car accident cases and are ready to fight for you. Call us for your free consultation or visit us at foryourrights.com. Main office, West Palm Beach.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for an accident on Australian Avenue at the I-95 underpass. And there's an accident on Indiantown Road at A1A Ocean Boulevard. Spot something on the roads? Call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, every day is game day. Get an expert oil change from our team in about 15 minutes. We're quick, but never rushed. Drive into any of our locations today. No appointment needed. Visit VIOC.com for up to $15 off your next oil change.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword deposit at realradio921.com. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Yes, it is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Special shout out to our good buddy Buddha, who's been waiting for the show to start and texting, saying, where the hell are you? Buddha, just walk your dogs and go to Starbucks. I'll take care of everything else. It is a Tuesday and Monday Night Football. Again, if you listen, the Ravens won and Lamar won again against the NFC. We told you, you guys should have definitely been on it. We got a lot going on. We're going to talk about our Tastings event that's coming up in November. A great event that you guys will definitely enjoy. You got a chance 13 times a day to win $1,000. Tua meets everybody yesterday and says he's playing, and the world reacts. Oh, my God. Taylor Swift brought so much money into Miami this weekend. The hotels, restaurants. It is crazy, the numbers that come out. We got a lot going on today. We got Instagram for you guys, a big prize, so you can check it out. We got a lot to give you on a Tuesday in the Penthouse. Good morning, Dominic. How are you, sir?
All right. How's it going, Greek?
Good. How'd you do last night betting?
I was so close to hitting a 7-bet parlay.
Oh, my God.
What's his name? Flowers got injured, and then it was gone.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah, that was it. I needed him to get 4 receptions, and he got hurt in like the first quarter. And
that sucked.
It ruined it. Everything else hit. All the 6 other ones
hit.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, and what would that have paid?
$50.
I talked to somebody yesterday in the casino, and they were saying that you're doing these in parlays.
Mm-hmm.
It should pay more for even like $3.
I'm picking like
money lines and stuff like that.
I'm not picking like these high, crazy odd ones.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. Well, nice to see you on a Tuesday. And always nice to see her. She adds so much to every room she walks into, but especially this room. Good morning, Francis.
Hi, good morning. What's up?
What is up,
Happy
baby?
Tuesday. My husband, he did pretty good last night. He did a 5, I think, I want to say it was 5-bet parlay, I think he did. And he put on $50 and won $537.
That's awesome.
I know.
There
Did you
you
talk to
go.
your partners?
Yeah, of course. Partners in life.
Yes. Nice. That's an awesome parlay.
Yeah, he did good.
That's awesome. 537. Way to be. Remember, if you're betting in the state of Florida, you should always be betting on the Hard Rock app or walking into the casino or the Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek, and having a good time and enjoy yourself. So much to get to do. Good restaurants, good time, and always, always something going on to look at. Take it from me. So to announce yesterday, not that anybody's surprised, at a press conference that he is playing on Sunday. And there's a lot of reaction to it. Most people are saying that he shouldn't be playing. What is he doing? Why is he doing this? I never thought Tua was going to retire. It just never crossed my mind. He has a real passion for it, and he loves football. I mean, he said that. Dom, you have the audio?
Tua, what did the medical experts clear you for? Did they clear you for not having an advanced risk of concussion this season? When you talked to them, what did they clear you for?
They cleared me from my concussion that I had.
Okay. And there was no future risk?
Nope.
Tua, we skipped the most obvious question. How excited are you for you back to getting to practice this week?
How excited are you?
Very.
I'm very excited too.
Yeah, he can see he's very to the point. He really doesn't want to hear this. He said, he's known for this and he's not happy about it, but it comes with the territory, and he just wants to play. And he just hopes that every time he gets out in the field, that's not all people talk about. But it's going to be interesting. Obviously, the Dolphins need him. There's no doubt about it. That offense has been so bad. But I think everybody's going to worry about his health for a while. Now, if he gets through the season with no injuries, I think then people will just be like, okay, you know what? It is what it is. He's playing now. But he said, he loves football to death, and he was never thinking about really retiring. And, again, I'm not surprised. I really am. I think the media made more of a thing about that he might quit and get at, not do it anymore. But this is what he loves, and this is what he knows.
And I don't know if they made it, like you said in the beginning, or that he might quit. I think a lot of people just think he should. I mean, we knew from the beginning that he's made it known that he loves football, and that if he gets cleared, he's going to be back.
Yeah. Well, in the very beginning, nobody knew what was going to happen. And then, like you said, as he went to the doctors, they said, hey, the NFL cannot tell him he can't play, or the Miami Dolphins. It's his decision and his family's. So he decided to play, and they'll be home on Sunday as they take on Arizona, and that should be an interesting game. I'm sure he might have some rust, but anything's better than what they had the last couple of weeks. I hope he has a good season, and he stays healthy. I mean, I think that's the most important thing. Dom, were you surprised?
Yeah, but I'm happy he's back, and if he feels like he can play, then let him play.
Oh, yeah, you can't stop him. I mean, you can't say you can't play. I mean, that's it. He can do whatever he wants. It's up to him. Now, if he got bad reviews or the doctors said to him, hey, you know what? You can't play. We're not going to permit you to play. Then that's totally something different. But he didn't get that. So he's going to be out there. And I know Dolphin fans will be very happy. So that'll be there. Last night, Monday Night Football, Tampa Bay won big. Lamar Jackson, 5 touchdown passes. Unbelievable. Again, Henry, big game for him. The Ravens look really good. They really do on both sides of the ball. We'll just see injuries because this year there's so many
Oh,
injuries.
you meant to say Ravens won big. You said Tampa Bay won big.
Oh, yeah, Ravens won big.
Okay.
41-31. And again, his record against the NFC is unbelievable. Now he's 23-1. If you didn't bet the Ravens last night, how do you go against that? I mean, I just don't understand how you would definitely go against that because it's just unbelievable. So, Franny, you have something that a little bit of a hack where some people are telling you where you could save some money. And I know everybody likes to save money, but for most people, it's very hard to save because they feel like they don't have any money left.
Yeah, these are unique and what they consider to be effortless little things you can do on some of these on the daily to save money. And some I looked at, I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. Some I've never heard of before. So this was a Reddit throw it out there. And if you have any hacks that, even if it's just a couple dollars, penny here and there, but something that will save you money, let us know. 47142. That's the text line started off with Real Radio. Also, I do have a heads up. G-Man did say today is our Just the Tip Tuesday Instagram post giveaway. Our Instagram is at Real Radio 921. And of course, it got switched up on me. So we will, just kidding. Don't go there now. Last week it was something different and I post ahead of time. So never mind. Don't go there. Don't do it. I have to change it up. All right. Because I have something up there, but it's not for the right thing because I put
Things happen.
Well, I scheduled it out, and I like to schedule ahead of time so I remember these days for Thursday. So disregard. I'm going to take that one down. Anyways, when it comes to little hacks here, let me take it off the Instagram really quick. Okay, and delete. All right, well, I'll have that up shortly. So, because I'm normally like late, and I'm like, I'm going to make sure I do it on time. And there's a program where we can schedule it in advance, and obviously they changed it on me. So, what we have, little things that we have hacks, and this one, when our dishwasher is full and ready to be started, I set an alarm on my watch for 9 p.m. It says I start the dishwasher when the alarm goes off, since electricity rates go down after 9 o'clock. I didn't know that. Little things to save money. Set your alarm to start your dishwasher.
I've never turned on my dishwasher, but it's a good thing.
Well, you don't have any dishes.
Yeah, so
to wash. You don't cook.
I actually
or
washed.
Eat there.
I washed a fork last night. Thank you.
Then we have here, I write every transaction down in a spiral notebook using a pen. The process makes every purchase feel tangible and immediate. It also gives me time to reconsider buying something. So I write every transaction in a spiral notebook. Process makes every purchase feel tangible and immediate, they said. Somebody else says, I keep my cell phone for several years. I use apps like Fetch, Honey. I have Fetch on my phone. I bought it and save all my points and money for years, and I use that to buy a new cell phone in full. I haven't paid for a phone in a very long time.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's an awesome one.
Look into Fetch, Honey, Ibotta. Those are all like couponing things. Megan from Mornings on Wild, she's a huge couponer, and she actually got me on those apps. Let's see. When grocery shopping, I look at the unit prices versus the sticker price. Man, that's too much for me. But you'd be amazed at how many equivalent products are right next to each other on the shelf, and one is 2 or 3 times more expensive than the other. Which we also hear with the grocery store brands and the name brand. How
something generic.
A lot of time they're made in the same factory.
Yeah.
Yep. So when I go shopping, my mantra is, if I have to think about it, I don't really want it. 9 out of 10 times, I talk myself out of buying whatever it is.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you talk yourself into buying it. You can talk yourself out of buying it. My dad had something like, if you're going to spend something, over $1,000, think about it 24 hours. And most times the next day you'll think about it, whatever. It could be $100. You're probably not going to do it because it's an impulse a lot of times. Like, I got to have, and it's the old thing. Do you have to have it or do you want it? And 9 times out of 10, you want it. You don't have to have it.
We have here this one. A lot of people, they say you don't realize that what they tell you with detergent is not the amount that you necessarily need to do clothes. This one person says, I use 2 tablespoons of detergent with most of my wash cycles, and everything comes out clean.
And usually people just chuck it in.
Oh, yeah. Just pour it right in that sucker.
Yeah.
2 tablespoons, they say. Never had an issue.
Yeah.
And that stuff can be expensive, especially if you like the good stuff. Let's see. I saw a video in a store like TJ Maxx or whatever. It described all the items in there as waiting to become Goodwill donations. And it really made me rethink how I view stores and how much new crap I actually need, they said. Somebody else says when we're talking about little small hacks to save money, this one I do. If you have dogs, if you walk them, you got to pick up their poop. You should. If you don't, shame on you. But they say I use my old grocery store bags instead of buying new ones. To do that. Yep, I do that too. Buy a reliable car. Do routine maintenance like oil changes. Don't replace it until it's more expensive to keep, then replace. I have a 93 Camry that still is great. It still requires few repairs. 93, that's insane. Good for you.
Yeah.
That car is 30 years old.
Wow, you got your money's worth out of that.
Yeah.
God bless.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Insane.
Yeah, 30 years, man.
Yeah.
And it's still starting and moving. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, somebody says, I have my TV and cable box, Apple TV, on a timer plug so that it switches off at night. Switches off all night and almost all day and comes on at 6 o'clock when we get home from work. So it saves me about 18-ish hours of appliances on standby. Never thought about doing that. Little hacks to save money. I hold on to my receipts from Costco for a month. When they announce their specials, I go to the customer service desk and ask for the cash back on any items that has a price reduction.
Wow.
I didn't know you could do that.
Wow. That's a lot of work, but still.
Yeah, but all you have to do is hold on to your receipts, and if you see those things go on sale, you bring it to the front customer service, and they'll give you money back.
It's not bad.
I know. I'm going to take a picture of that one.
That's Robbie this weekend.
So I remember to start saving my receipts.
Watch out, Costco.
I know.
Well, you might have your receipts. Maybe if you use a credit card or stuff, it would pop up and say, but it might not
No,
be
it's not itemized.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's not going to be itemized.
That's
But
awesome.
no, I'm saying so I remember to do this. Who knew? Let's see. I split toothpaste. I spit toothpaste into the toilet so I don't have to waste water washing it down the drain.
All right,
that's at your pinch and pennies here, right?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, if you're spitting in the toilet, I think it's time to punt or get a new job.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So I spit in the toilet. If you could afford it, always set your paycheck to direct deposit a couple of bucks into a savings account if you can afford it, they say.
That's the best thing to do. I mean,
Uh-huh.
you don't even realize it. You just go. Same thing with a 401k, something like that. Even if it's $100 a month, it's something. This girl I used to live with, Kelly, she had a great thing. She would tell me at the end of the night, whatever money I had in my pocket, she was give it to me. She was, and you'll be surprised what I could save by the end of the month. And it worked out very well for her. But it was, 25, 28 days. But I would come home and you leave your money on the counter. Whatever was in my pocket, they'll say that I didn't spend. So it could be $50. It could be $2,700. Whatever was in my pocket. And then, obviously I would have to refuel in the morning. But she did pretty good one month. So good that she's like, I can't take this. This is too much. She was going away someplace. And she's like, instead of you giving me money, go away. She goes, I'll just take what's in your pocket at the end of each night. And then we'll figure it out. And I got money back, which was a good thing. But yeah, there are a lot of different hacks that you could do to save money. But first thing you got to do is you got to want to save money. That's the first thing. Like regular gas to unleaded. Like, everybody puts in high tests. A lot of people with high performance cars. I've never have done that in 25 years. I mean, I've never had a problem. Probably this week I'll have one, but I never had a problem. I don't know. People think it's crazy. Somebody said something to me a couple of weeks ago at a pump. The guy's like, you put regular in your car? I'm like, yeah. He goes, that's going to destroy it. I said, well, hopefully I'll sell it by then. 877-927-6969. Did you put eye test in your vet?
No.
No?
The V8 was fine without it.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has different thought process if you do, but it's a big difference in gas. I mean, especially if you're spending a lot of money. I mean, I spend $200 a week on gas.
Oh, that thing was a gas guzzler.
Yeah, all the time. There's no doubt about it. Gas has been going down, which is good for us. Coming toward election, that it seems like it coincides, but I saw this morning $2.85 at a couple of places.
I'm so fortunate. My car is like $37 to fill up.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. And you don't drive a ton, which is good.
I
Especially
don't, but
car.
I'm saying, but to fill it up
Yeah,
from
that's
empty to, yeah.
That's not bad.
No, not at
$37. It is the Penthouse. Don't forget our big tastings event. That's coming at you Saturday, November 16th. That'll be at the outlets. That's a great time. You get to have unlimited food, wine, and craft beers. Always a good time. We'll give you more information about how you guys can get tickets and VIP tickets. But we do it every year, and it's always great. People love it. They walk away satisfied and happy. And you try a lot of new places that maybe you didn't even know were in the area. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Tuesday. A little bit too much sun in here today, I think. I might have to change that. Look at Dom. Like, you got all the sun coming in over there now, which is great. But it is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. We'll come back with a trifecta, this day in history, and so much more. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Though holographic wills are valid in many states across the country, they're not valid in Florida.
Oh, really? Okay. If you would have asked me what a holographic will was, I would be like, it's where I pop out of the document and tell you, hello.
Out of R2D2.
Give this person this, give this person that, tell this person to F off.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, make some noise!
Watch the best moments exclusively on Hulu right now.
All right, you guys are out for a party, I can tell.
See the biggest festival headliners from around the world assembled on one stage on one show.
This iHeart energy is so incredible. See it all at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu right now.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for an accident on Australian Avenue at the I-95 underpass. And there's an accident on Indiantown Road at A1A Ocean Boulevard. Spot something on the roads? Call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Florida needs a power company that's storm ready. That's why FPL works year-round to keep the power on and restore it safely and as quickly as possible when needed. FPL, working for you every single day. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Hey, it's Franny. Fall is here, and it's a perfect time to bring some vibrant color to your yard with Moon Valley Nurseries. They make it so easy. Locally grown trees are arriving daily, and they'll design, deliver, and plant them for you. All you have to do is sit back and enjoy your beautiful new yard. Get your free design consultation today and let Moon Valley Nurseries handle the rest. One call this fall could get you the yard of your dreams. And if you give them a call today, you'll get 50% off, plus free planting on select trees and shrubs. Visit moonvalleynurseries.com to learn more.
Bet live with Hard Rock Bet. Real-time wagering till the very last play. Missing the kickoff doesn't mean all bets are off.
Delay a game on the guy who hasn't bet yet.
Sometimes you just know your team is going to come back. The sportsbook for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey, it's great to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greeks Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Election Day is November 5th. Voting by mail is easy and secure. Request online at votepalmbeach.gov or call us at 561-656-6208. Return your ballot with prepaid postage or drop it off at one of our secure locations during designated hours. Our online ballot tracker allows you to get live updates on the status of your ballot, and the deadline to request is Thursday, October 24th. No matter how you vote this November, we're here to make it count. Sponsored by the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections Office.
Storm cleanup is underway. Count on Grainger to help your business recover. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry when you stop by Grainger's West Palm Beach branch at 1800 North Florida Mango Road. Call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com to get the products and equipment you need now.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet and Security Edge plus Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Unlimited Mobile. And ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 11/17/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup. Eco bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them.
This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with a Cintas workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have another day with intermittent showers scattered throughout the day, isolated in nature, and they'll be quick as they pass through the area. Temperatures will remain more moderate as a result of those showers and cloud cover. We'll see the lower and mid 80s for our afternoon high temperatures today.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, every day is game day. Get an expert oil change from our team in about 15 minutes. We're quick, but never rushed. Drive into any of our locations today. No appointment needed. Visit VIOC.com for up to $15 off your next oil change.
I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. We're going to highlight players, and we're just going to sit here and talk about them. And we'll get into the types of dudes. Is Randy Moss a stud or a freak? Is Tom Brady a dog or a dude's dude?
We're going to find out, Jules. New episodes drop every Thursday during the NFL season.
Listen to Dudes on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Dudes on Dudes to start listening.
The Penthouse is brought to you by Joseph's Classic Market.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back in The Penthouse on a Tuesday. Thanks for always tuning in to Real Radio. I hope you listened to Rover this morning and his whole crew. Remember, Rover's giving you keywords every hour, a chance for you to win $1,000. How else can you have a chance to win $1,000? Maybe betting on the Ravens, Lamar Jackson. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
Hello, Francis.
Hey, what's up?
And it's time for This Day in History and the Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, the romance in New York with Aaron Rodgers seems to be having some issues, and it's been for a while. Rodgers, after the game, everybody said to him, how can you keep the team up and motivated? You're 2-5. Rodgers goes, well, maybe we don't listen to the media. That's the first thing we have to do. This is getting bad. The media in New York is not too friendly or kind. I think this is going to go back and forth until the Jets start winning, hopefully this season. They fired their coach 2 weeks ago. In the last 2 weeks, they've let up a lot more points. And defensively, they're not as good. And Rodgers isn't playing good either. He's thrown 6 interceptions in the last 3 weeks. So, Aaron, I love you. I think you're one of the best quarterbacks in a long, long time. 4 MVPs, Super Bowl champ. But, man, you got to start tuning up yourself. In Monday Night Football, the Cardinals played the Chargers and won by 2. Nobody really cared. The big game was Tampa Bay and the Ravens. Lamar Jackson really had a big game. He threw 5 touchdown passes. Unbelievable. They were trailing 10-zip. They were trailing 10-0. Then blink, and there it was.
What he was able to do. I mean, he's rattled off some big runs seemingly every week.
Here's a home run shot for Bateman. Touchdown Ravens.
Bateman was wide open. I think I was closest to him watching it on TV. It was just crazy how wide open he was on that play. I'm like, what the hell is this? Obviously, I had the Ravens, so I didn't care. It was so much of a rocker. It was a rocker. You know what I mean? It was just like you weren't even worried. Just
Makes
like
sense.
yeah, I was just like hanging out. I'm like, oh, I feel bad. Couldn't even light like a second cigar. But those are the problems and tribulations of my life. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. Over to Franny for this day in history.
On this day in history.
And yes, we are rocking and rolling on our Instagram at Real Radio 921 if you want to win a pair of tickets to our, it's iHeartRadio, the family, our tastings event, food, wine, craft beer, live music happening November 16th, Tanger Outlets in West Palm Beach, the ultimate foodie event offering unlimited food, wine, craft beer samples. It really is a great time. We've been doing this for a long time now, right? Tastings?
Yeah.
It's been a number of years.
And every year people love it.
So good.
And
Such
it's
a great
successful,
time.
and it's a great place to try out new stuff.
Yeah, so make sure you hit us up on our Instagram for our Just the Tip Tuesday. Just follow all the instructions, and you can possibly score your tickets. Of course, you can always buy your tickets, too. Go to pvtastings.com. So this day in history, October 22nd, we will start, where do we want to go? 86 years ago, in 1938, Chester Carlson. You may not know the name, but he printed the very first photocopy on his strange invention, the Xerox photocopier.
Wow.
Yes.
Wish I was his grandson.
All right. They said IBM, RCA, and Kodak all had no interest in his new gadget because they didn't think there was use for the machine that only made copies.
See?
Look how silly they were.
Behind every no in life, there's an yes right around the corner.
Yep.
So don't get discouraged.
They said he started manufacturing the device himself and made an estimated, back at that time, 1938, $100 million.
Minga. Again,
Yep.
wish I was his grandson.
They say that Xerox comes from xerography, I believe, meaning dry writing, the name. 62 years ago, 1962, John F. Kennedy ordered a naval quarantine of Cuba. I feel bad for them right now. They're getting hit hard with Oscar, that hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Until Fidel Castro removed Russian missiles from his country, Russia finally backed down, ending the Cuban Missile Crisis.
That was now? Really? I thought
That was 62 years ago.
Yeah, I thought it was in November. Obviously, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we're close to November. October 22nd.
Pretty
this day in
close.
history.
Wow.
Yep, this day in history, October 22nd. Let's see. 58 years ago, 1966, the Beach Boys hit the charts with Good Vibrations. The single took 6 months to record. Wow. And was the most expensive song ever produced up to that time, costing $50,000.
Wow.
At the time. Yeah.
Now that's like a half a day in the studio. That's unbelievable.
6 months to record.
Yeah, but Brian Wilson, they said it was like, just like everything had to be perfect. They even said that about a lot of stuff Michael Jackson did, where he would be in there for hours and hours. I mean, again, that's why these guys are phenomenal and great. Pay attention to detail. I'd be like, screw it, it's good enough.
Speaking of music, 55 years ago, 1969, Led Zeppelin 2, second was released, featuring the Monster Jam Whole Lotta Love. Then we have 43 years ago, 1981, the U.S. national debt hit $1 trillion.
Nice.
Do you want to know what it is now?
Oh, God.
Oh, God. I can't even imagine. Gazillion?
Do you want to guess what it is, Tom? It was 1 trillion. 1 trillion. 1 trillion, like a 5-year-old. 1 trillion back in 81. What do you think it is now?
It's like 500 trillion now.
No, we're overshooting. It's still high, though. Yeah. I mean, trillion's up there,
You got to tell us?
36 trillion.
Oh, so we got room to grow.
That's 36, but think about 36 followed by 12 zeros.
Nice.
Yeah, fascinating facts, though. If you spend $100 a second, it would take 317 years to blow through $1 trillion. If you spend $100 a second. Isn't that crazy? It would take 317 years to blow through $1 trillion. Another fun fact, if you spend $100 a second, it would take you 11,415 years to blow through $36 trillion.
That'd be tough.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can do
I
it,
don't know,
Joe.
I don't know if you're making it 11,415 years. Yes.
You might have a couple wrinkles.
36 years ago, 1988, Elton John sold out Madison Square Garden for a record 26th time. 31 years ago, great movie, 93, Rudy was released, starring Sean Astin as the Notre Dame football stud, Rudy. Then we have 23 years ago. This is crazy. 2001, Grand Theft Auto 3 was released, featuring a fictional version of New York City. And they called it Liberty City. If you're a fan, you know this, I'm sure. Speaking of somebody who was just here this weekend, 12 years ago, 2012, Taylor Swift released her Red album. They said that's the one with We Are Never, Ever Getting Back Together and Begin Again. Man, that was 12 years ago that she released that song.
Now, do you remember who she wrote that song for?
I don't know. She had so many boyfriends.
Yeah, John Mayer.
I don't know. There's John Mayer. There's Jake Gyllenhaal. There's, man, who else? She dated a bunch of people. I don't know. I know John Mayer she wrote a lot of stuff about that dude.
Yeah, she was pretty pissed at it.
Did she date some of the One Direction? She dated Jonas, one of the Jonas brothers.
Yeah, that
I think she was with Joe.
Yeah, that ended bad.
Joe Jonas. Maybe that's who she's talking about. 12 years ago, 2012 again, Lance Armstrong was stripped of all 7 of his Tour de France titles. And then 3 years ago, 2021, the original Dune, well, not the original, the Dune with Timothée Chalamet was released. And they said the sequel, of course, came out of March of this year. And there you go. Things that happened October 22nd, this day in history.
Yeah, Armstrong really fell off the face of the earth. I mean, he was just like, that's it. Boom, he's done. 877-927-6969. If you have an opinion on Tua, give us a call or text us at Real Radio 47142. Seems like a lot of people.
Hawk Tua?
No, it wasn't Hawk Tua there, Tom. Thank you.
I'm so glad, man. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah.
Way to bring her up.
Yeah.
So I was hearing that she was a number 2 podcast for a while. I don't know if that's still the thing.
She had to me.
I never heard it, so.
No, to me, she didn't have a personality. I mean, I think she had a great.
Did you listen to some of it?
No, I just on interviews when I saw her a lot of I just didn't hear her personality. I know she was young and nervous, but she had a great platform to really parlay this. And it seems like she's fallen off the face of the earth.
And that's the thing. She could have, but like we said, you got to have talent. You got to have charisma. You got to have more to keep it going. Mm-hmm. And yes, she did seem fun. The whole Hawk Tua thing was great at the time. But man, after a while, I was like, is this ever going to end? And it seems like it did.
There's been rumors of her dating Sam Darnold.
Oh, really?
Really? For the Vikings?
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because I know that Call Her Daddy and, of course, Joe Rogan's podcast, like those are always number 1. But I know for a little bit when she launched it, it was Talk Tua.
Talk to it.
Yep.
Talk to it.
Yeah, she was at number 2 for a bit, her podcast. But that was when in the first, I don't know if it still is.
She was getting a lot of money for appearances. She was down here at the Hard Rock, all over the country, WWE fights, UFC fights. I mean, she really had a big platform to just take the next step for herself, her 15 minutes of fame, like they used to say, and really parlay into other things. She didn't so far.
I mean, she can do it with social media. I mean, she's already at 3 million followers on her Instagram.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she is as far as her Twitter and everything else. But
she was just a regular girl, for a small town. I mean, obviously. And that whole thing pushed her to stardom. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know. It didn't seem, I agree with Fran, I didn't think it was ever going to go away. And then it just fizzled out. But for a while, that's all you heard, saw, social media, people out, everywhere. And I don't even think when she did it, she even knew what the hell she said. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was like, oh, my God, this thing's picking up. Like, probably the next day, a girlfriend or somebody called her and said, oh, my God, this thing went viral. And who knows how she thought it would be, but I don't think she thought that it was going to, escalate to this, where she was going to make that kind of money. Then she had hats and T-shirts.
Well, somebody else grabbed that and they made it and they're like, all right, we'll give you a cut.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice of them. So you give us a call at 877-927-6969. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Maybe you have a savings hack.
We got a couple here. 47142. I use a self-checkout at grocery store. Save 50% every time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because he's robbing? That's brutal.
Don't do that.
We don't promote that.
Life hack. Me and Greek always do it in the shower. That way the cleanup is much easier. Oh, God, that's from Cinnamon. That is terrible. Why am I reading these? What else do we have? I just wanted to give you a shout out. Thank you, Penthouse, for the opportunity to go to Jimi Hendrix Experience. It was a great time. The bands rocked. It was a beautiful evening. You all are amazing on the radio and the others that make it happen behind the scenes. Keep on rocking. That's from Stacy B.
Oh, thank you, Stacy.
Yes.
So nice of you to say thank you. Anytime we give away tickets or anything, it's nice when we hear from the audience. And Andrew, who is our promotions director, does a fantastic job.
He does.
He really does.
I'm glad you had a blast, and thank you so much for sending that. And then we have Franny was talking about Beach Boys. If you go back and listen to their music, it's so good. It came across on my Jimmy Buffett station, and it hooked me. No, I'm a fan of the Beach Boys.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I've seen them actually a couple times.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
When I lived in Georgia. Yeah.
They really are. I mean, again, they're classics.
And just fun. It's fun music. Feel good.
Yeah, that's right. You don't really have to think about it. There's no message.
No.
And their songs, I mean, that they wrote in the 60s.
I mean, there's a message, but it's all about happiness. Yeah, that's a great song. Good vibrations.
Yeah,
great
it's
song.
awesome. I like the Beach Boys.
Me too.
You can leave this on. So a buddy of mine went to Club 11 a couple of weeks ago and maxed out his credit card.
Wow.
Ouch.
20,000.
Wow. I mean, the place is expensive, but 20,000 is excessive.
He says he thinks he had a good time.
I hope so for $20,000.
Says he doesn't remember a lot of it.
Oh, that means he had a good time.
Yeah. But maxed out his credit card.
Wow. Does he have any photographic evidence? Well, it's a strip club. A lot of times they don't like you taking pictures in there.
No, he's saying I didn't get taken advantage of or not like
No, I know. But sometimes you ever go back well, you don't because you don't drink. But sometimes when you go back at night and you're like, man, it's kind of blurry, and then you look through your phone, and you're like, oh wait, look at all these pictures.
Yeah.
I was
there.
It looks like I had a good time.
No. He says he thinks he's had a good time. He said he left like 7:30 in the morning. Club 11 is an adult establishment in Miami. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they got some huge acts that go in there.
No, they do. Like big names as far as music is concerned, but the girls are just top notch. And it's a strip club, it's a bar, it's a club, it's everything. And like they have Cirque du Soleil kind of stuff going on. It is absolutely nuts. But let me ask, does this guy have $20,000 to spend? Like he's money, he's okay? He's not going to be like on the side of the street with a sign?
He's okay. He's not great. I mean,
I'm sure it hurt.
Oh, yeah. He said, he goes, that's why he was calling me.
Yeah.
He said,
what does he want you to do? Loan him $20,000?
He was just like, I just can't believe it.
Can you pay by credit card now?
He's like, Greek, you ever have one of those mornings when you just don't? He said he didn't really realize it for like a day.
Wow.
And then he got a notification for his credit card. He goes, I thought I spent a lot. He said he thought he spent between like 8 and 10.
But just still insane.
Yeah, but he said it was so good. It was a great night.
But he doesn't remember.
He said he remembers some of it.
Okay.
He said he got there like 9:30. He left like 7. So, but a lot of champagne.
Yeah, that's almost 12 hours.
Yeah. It's a long time.
It is.
Yeah. It is a lot. It is a lot.
One establishment. Yep.
Yeah, and especially if there was a big act there too, they probably up everything as well too.
I don't
to
think
get
it was
in.
I don't think there was a big act.
No.
He just said it was a regular night. He was with a couple of his friends from work. They got a lot of lap dances. He said, and he said they drank a lot of champagne.
I'll tell you, the dudes from Quavos, like they're always over there performing.
Oh, they have huge acts.
Yeah.
I mean, they have 50 Cent there. I mean, everybody.
Cardi B.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg. I mean, like New Year's Eve, it's always big. I know Calvin Harris is playing Fontainebleau New Year's Eve. They're already starting to like promote New Year's Eve a lot of places around. But he said he maxed out. I said 20,000. That's a lot. I mean, really. And if you can't remember, I mean, that's the whole thing. He said, but I did take an Uber back to my hotel, which was nice. So he didn't drive. 20,000 in one night. That's a big spend. I mean, that's huge. To spend that kind of money in one night at a strip club. I said, you're not the first guy and you won't be the last. That's it. I said, did you get a hat? Because I have a couple of Club 11 hats that I like. Red and black. I said, they should have gave you a hat, maybe a t-shirt.
Something.
Yeah.
I got some sweatpants from Club 11.
Do you?
Yeah, I wear them around the house. I'm some comfy. You should give me some sweatpants.
Did you buy one? They'd give it to you?
No, they give them to you.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, wow, really?
I'm not trying to take them from me because they're huge, but they're my comfy sweatpants.
Oh, wow. I'm jealous. I got to go there this week and get some sweatpants.
Some gray sweatpants. You know what they say about guys in gray sweatpants, but I wear mine.
What do they say?
You never heard that?
No.
About how, just look it up.
Okay. Dom, do you know what they say about guys in gray sweatpants?
Nope.
For some reason, gray sweatpants are a thing where you can see everything that's going on with the dude who wears gray sweatpants. Like I don't know, it's that color in the sweatpants that you can just see everything that they're working with.
All right.
Yeah.
Guys,
what are you doing over there?
If you got gray sweatpants and you want to get some friends or lose some, wear them out. Would you wear what you went to bed? A lot of people do when they go out in the morning. I talked about a girl that I saw a couple of weeks ago getting gas early in the morning with a winter coat that was so short. I mean, it was unbelievable, but she had furry slippers on. Girls would do that, I think, more than guys, don't you think?
I know some guys who go out in their pajama pants just to run a quick errand. Yeah.
One time in Jersey, I went to play lottery ticket in my underwear and totally forgot I had my underwear on and a shirt. And it was in the summer, but it was like a big lottery ticket. Like it was one of those big ones. And I'm like, oh my God, I woke up. I remember I was sleeping on a hammock. I'm like, I got to run. It was like 8 o'clock, before o'clock. And I went in line and I played. And when I got in line, I'm like, oh my God, I got my underwear on. I had no clue. I played lottery ticket. Obviously, I lost. But it was worth it. 877-927-6969. What's the most you ever put on your card in one night? Now, cash advance, does that count? A cash advance on your credit card? Or
Maybe.
not really?
Yeah.
It should. I think a cash advance is going to count. If you exceeded $20,000 in one night, let us know. I said to them, the good news is, I said, if you pay it off, they're probably going to raise your limit.
Yeah.
That's a good
Might
thing.
get some points.
You might get some points. Yeah, 20,000 at Club 11. You'll never forget that night. And we'll talk about that for years to come. You know, one night. He said his friends were like, man, it was a great night. Sure.
Your friends chip in?
No. His friends didn't chip in at all. But he was telling me the story about it. I said, well, that's good. I'm going to bring that I'm going to bring that to the Penthouse. But there's guys that spend way more than that.
I mean, obviously, it was like bottle service on bottles and bottles and dances. And it was.
And it's not hard to do
because some of those bottles are like $8,000. So if he thought it was big money, it's insane.
You can buy a bottle of champagne.
Ace of Spades or whatever. But if you're doing bottle service in a room, it can be expensive.
Easy.
You can spend that probably in 2 hours there.
Yeah, you can probably spend
if you're a baller.
Yeah. You could probably spend in 5 minutes. You buy one thing.
True story.
You know what I mean? You buy one thing, like you said, $10,000. You don't even know what the hell you're doing. You're having a good time. Like, whoa, the girl's hanging on you. Like, come on, you're the man. That's their job. Mm-hmm. Anytime you hear you're the man, you know what that means. You're paying. I said, 20,000. I said, don't worry about it, bro. Things happen. Look at the, good thing. He's like, Greek, you ever put 20,000 on a credit card? I said, no way. Absolutely not. But I'm not a credit card guy, so I never have been. I just don't believe in them. They're good to have, but I think they can get you in trouble. 877-927-6969. And if you can pass that in one night, 20,000, I will give you a big, big prize. 20,000 in one night on a credit card. That's pretty impressive. And we're talking.
Somebody texts 47142 says, I was at the Miami Boat Show last year, and they were talking about going to live after that. He said the guy said he didn't want to go because every time he goes, he drops $100,000.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. He's huge. Get his number.
Right? Let's see. I love Greek stories about spending tens of thousands at the strip club. I'm not a great saver, and I spend money on some dumb stuff, but most of my stuff is tangible. It makes me feel good.
That's smart. Yeah, at least you got something to show for it.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy doesn't even have a good memory because he doesn't remember. I mean, that's the whole thing. And he didn't get any numbers either. Like, not that he got a number for a girl or anything like that.
He didn't go home with anybody? No hookups?
No. He said no hookups at all. He told me he really doesn't remember a lot of the night. It's very blurry. Like, you remember portions, but not the whole night. So, I mean, I listened to his story. I thought it was nice. I said, listen to Penthouse tomorrow. We're going to break it up.
He's got all of his watches and everything on.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, all right.
Missing Rolex.
All right.
Usually you do not hear that, not always, but you usually do not hear that at establishments. You hear it at hotels.
Yes, but the person that they meet would be at a place like that.
Sure. But I'm saying, but it usually doesn't happen at the place.
Got it.
You know what I mean? It happens at a hotel or something like that. Because, I mean, again, there's so many cameras in a place that, there's that's the one thing people forget when you're drinking or hanging out. There's cameras everywhere. Everything you do, there's a camera. I mean, even in the back rooms and all that, you may not think so, but there's cameras back there. They're checking it out. So you want to have a good time? That's great. But remember, somebody is definitely watching you, no doubt. Dom, you're not a big strip club guy, are you?
Only if it's a special occasion, friend's birthday or something like that.
Yeah, Groundhog's Day.
Yeah,
NBA tonight kicking off.
See me there at Monroe's.
Celtics and Knicks tonight. Celtics are 5.5. Now, do you bet basketball?
I haven't, so this might be the start.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Dip your toe in that. We get you betting on everything before it all said and done. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good day. Don't forget, Rover gives you a keyword every hour. That's an opportunity to win $1,000. Who doesn't want $1,000? Franny's got something for you. We got some Florida stories. Anything about 20,000 in a strip club?
No, we got something about a Florida kangaroo that got spooked when something entered its enclosure. I will let you know because that sucker escaped. Plus, we have another. Remember the mom of the year from yesterday who had the kid take the barista machine and stuff?
Stealing.
We have another one, and this is way worse.
Way worse than yesterday.
Way worse.
Wow.
She is definitely beats that mom when it comes to being a terrible parent. Then we have a Florida man that impersonated security to get into a huge concert. Plus, we have a man who got caught with a bunch of bogus IDs, and his excuse is pretty silly. I'll give you these details to these stories, and you're What the Florida when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
When the smart speaker you gave your parents eventually becomes yours, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
Real Radio wants you to score some red zone revenue. We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some new jerseys, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it. It's yours. Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in red zone revenue. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio. Red Zone Revenue is sponsored by Steinger, Green & Finer.
Insurance companies don't make it easy when you've been injured in a car accident. Steinger, Green & Finer, we fight hard so you win. Call us now.
800-561-1111. 800-561-1111.
Offices West Palm and Miami.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
We're taking a look at Lake Worth. We do have an accident turnpike northbound before Lake Worth Road, currently blocking your left lane. Stay to the right of that. Heavy delays along the approach. As for 95, currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's in Palm Beach, and it's football season. College or pro, Monroe's is the place to go to watch the games. And on Monday night, you will not find a better place in Palm Beach County. Beautiful ladies and drink specials all night long. It's Monroe's on Palm Beach for football season. Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, it doesn't matter. Add a 5-star menu to Monroe's, and it's a perfect evening. If your team loses, you're still a winner because you got a beautiful girl next to you. Monroe's in Palm Beach. Peace.
Sometimes where a crime took place leads you to answer why the crime happened in the first place. Hi, I'm Sloan Glass, host of the new true crime podcast, American Homicide. In this series, we'll examine some of the country's most infamous and mysterious murders and learn how the location of the crime becomes a character in the story. Listen to American Homicide on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search American Homicide and start listening.
Hey, it's Franny. Fall is here, and it's a perfect time to bring some vibrant color to your yard with Moon Valley Nurseries. They make it so easy. Locally grown trees are arriving daily, and they'll design, deliver, and plant them for you. All you have to do is sit back and enjoy your beautiful new yard. Get your free design consultation today and let Moon Valley Nurseries handle the rest. One call this fall could get you the yard of your dreams. And if you give them a call today, you'll get 50% off, plus free planting on select trees and shrubs. Visit moonvalleynurseries.com to learn more.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. Since 1996, StormSmart has installed over 100,000 protection and lifestyle products in Florida homes. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Unless you've been totally off the grid, you probably know there's a big election this year. Did you know that there's so much more than the president on the ballot? This year, we are voting for members of the House and the Senate, governors and state legislatures, school boards and sheriffs, and so much more. People are making decisions that shape your future, with or without you. So make sure you vote about it. Don't sit out this election. Make a plan. Vote early, by mail, or on Election Day. Go to whenweallvote.org. Sponsored by Civic Nation.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have another day with intermittent showers scattered throughout the day, isolated in nature, and they'll be quick as they pass through the area. Temperatures will remain more moderate as a result of those showers and cloud cover. We'll see the lower and mid 80s for our afternoon high temperatures today.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, every day is game day. Get an expert oil change from our team in about 15 minutes. We're quick, but never rushed. Drive into any of our locations today. No appointment needed. Visit VIOC.com for up to $15 off your next oil change.
Greeks Trifecta is sponsored by Strikes Cigar Lounge.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
You've been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword credit at realradio921.com. That's credit. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. It's a Fat Tuesday, baby. Make it fat, make it good. Enjoy it. This is a Tuesday that can be all yours. Dominic's in the house.
What's up?
What's up, Dominic? You okay today? You a little pep for a step day? You didn't hit a 10-team parlay last night?
Close.
Close? Now, when you wake up and you hit a big parlay, do you think you're a little bit more jacked up?
Yeah, of course.
All right, good. Just want to say you're on the perfect line for gambling. Franny's in the house.
What's up?
And it is time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
So Carlos Flores took an Uber to his friend's trailer park home and was angry over $100 that he claimed was never repaid from a night out at a strip club.
Oh, again?
Flores told the Uber driver that he intended to burn down his friend's house
for $100
and had with him a detergent bottle full of gasoline and a lighter. So, concerned, the Uber driver immediately called authorities after dropping Flores off warning that, hey, I just picked up a guy who is about to commit arson on a buddy's trailer. Deputies arrived and found Flores about to ignite the gasoline trails he had poured around the trailer. They just made it in time.
Thank God.
He was about to light that sucker up.
Over $100.
Over $100 that a friend owed him at a strip club. I'm guessing $100 is probably a big deal to him.
Maybe a big deal to him,
Yeah.
but you don't light somebody's place on fire.
No, I'm not saying, I'm not condoning that, but sounds like with this kind of like Florida man, everything that's going on, $100 is probably a lot of money to this dude.
That was a lot of dances probably for him.
Probably at least 5, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing whatever strip club they're going to, it's probably not Monroe's.
Still your
but
best value today that hasn't gone up considerably, a lap dance.
Thankfully, the Uber driver did the right thing, right? And called the sheriff's office, and that's what they said. Flores was arrested with the lighter in hand and a concealed knife in his pocket.
Ooh.
He now faces charges of arson, threats to kill, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I doubt that they're going to be friends again. Next up in your...
They'll be at Thanksgiving.
What the Florida? A kangaroo has gone missing in Volusia County, Florida. They said after escaping its enclosure, according to Sheriff Chitwood. They said, just when you think you've seen it all, the town of Pearson is hopping tonight. These are his words. They said the kangaroo reportedly fled after a bear entered its enclosure. I get it. The kangaroo's like, I'm out. You don't belong in here.
Who would you take in a fight, a kangaroo or a bear?
The bear.
Yeah?
You would take the bear in a fight?
I don't know. Kangaroos, man, they got some punch.
Kangaroos are aggressive, but I think I'd rather go after a kangaroo than a bear.
Oh, I thought you said which one would win the fight. Oh,
No, which one would you go, like, fight? Like, which one would I actually fight? Or
No,
which
who
one?
do I said, who do you think would win in a fight? A bear or a
I thought
kangaroo?
you were asking, like, which one would I fight?
And what would,
Yeah, I'll take the kangaroo then. Yeah.
I mean, kangaroos got a hell of a hit. Like, they'll go on their tail and kick you with their legs.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what they do.
So who do you think
Have you
kangaroo?
ever seen those kangaroos that look like they're just jacked, like they're just beefcakes? I think I'm still going to take on the kangaroo.
Yeah. How about you, Dom? Bear or kangaroo?
Which one's winning? The bear.
And who would you fight?
Oh, I'd fight the kangaroo.
Yeah, I'd fight the kangaroo. Man, I think the bear might win, but the kangaroo might win. So maybe do I want to do the bear? Do you ever see that one where the kangaroo is holding that dog's head in the water?
Yep.
Like
the
has
guy
it in a
rescues
headlock.
him.
Oh, really?
Kangaroos are kind of a bitch. Man, maybe I'll take a kangaroo to take on the bear. Maybe I'll fight a bear.
These are big dilemmas here.
I don't know.
On the Penthouse.
I'm confused.
Give us a call. 877-927.
After I've seen so many videos of kangaroos being dicks, I'm like, maybe I'll take a bear.
Bears could be like 12, 13 feet tall.
They
though.
can, but what if it's a little black bear? You know, maybe I'll take that one instead.
Yeah.
They're cute.
You can probably outrun a bear.
They said the kangaroo reportedly fled after the bear entered its enclosure. Yeah, but you can climb a tree and get rid of a kangaroo. Can't climb a tree and get rid of a bear. These are things you got to think about, you know?
Just dilemmas. God, I'm going to have to cancel my pedicure.
They said, yeah, and while it's not been located, anyone who spots it is asked to contact the sheriff's office. They said comments on the sheriff's post were pretty funny. Somebody goes, oh, poor baby, I hope they find them. And somebody was just like, oh, good heaven, we have bears chasing away kangaroos. I live in Central Florida, right? What's going on? So, yeah, still no updates on sightings on the missing kangaroo. If anybody has seen it, the sheriffs are looking for it.
Call up.
Yeah, don't call us. They're in, where are they? Volusia County is where these people are. Then next up, man, I might have to wait for this mom one. It really, this one's bad. Maybe we'll save it. This is a really bad one, but maybe we'll save it for 1 o'clock hour. But we'll go into something a little bit more lighthearted in this round of What the Florida. We have a Florida man who impersonated a security guard and got into the Taylor Swift concert.
Really?
We were like talking about how heavy security was going to be at cops. So this is what this dude did. A 44-year-old dude was arrested.
Oh, he got arrested, though, so he didn't get away with it.
Yes, he was arrested Friday for impersonating a security guard to get in. So his name is Ivan Mariotti, and he posed as security dressed in a blue suit, gold badge over his neck and everything at the Hard Rock Stadium. He was reportedly near the floor and field area, so he's in.
Wow.
He's on the floor, yeah, and field area. The report was when an officer asked him, hey, like, why he was wearing a badge, he told them he was hired by 4 women to work as a security guard, telling officials that he worked for multiple security companies. He then told the officers he didn't have tickets, but he got in after he escorted his 4 clients to their seats. The arrest report said the women eventually told the officer, and their aunt confirmed to the authorities, that she had hired the driver for the concert, but not for security. This was their driver.
Okay. But it still doesn't say how he got in.
They said, well, he like probably was walking behind him in his suit, whatever, and just like on their security without them hearing it. So when they talked to them, the women, they're like, yeah, we hired him. He's our driver, but we didn't hire him for security. So they weren't sure why he had a badge. They said his occupation is listed as an Uber driver. He is not a security guard. They said he was arrested and charges of falsely impersonating an officer and interfering with the entertainment event.
This has nothing to do with what you're saying, but I'm saying, how did he get in? Because everybody has to have a ticket. You're saying he was inside the stadium.
Yeah, well,
did cops have to have a ticket to get in?
Yes. I mean, everybody's
No, the cops didn't have to have tickets
not
to get
cop,
in.
But he's not a cop. He's a security.
But he had a badge, so they may have looked, whoever the security was over at Hard Rock, Charlie saw the badge, the suit behind women. He looked official. It happens. And they were like, all right, go ahead, dude. But it was the cops.
scary.
It was the cops who were on the field who were like, why are you wearing that badge? Because cops probably know badge is better than a normal security guard. And the cops were like, why are you wearing that badge?
Well, if he was that close, too, the closer you are to anything, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, and he was on the field.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's when he got busted.
I had a couple of friends of mine were on the sidelines for a Jet game against the Dolphins years ago, and they got on the field. Somehow, there used to be, Franny, do you remember we went years ago downstairs to the Steeler game and we walked right out in the field?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was I don't know if they still have it.
We were allowed to. I mean, they gave us access.
Of course.
Yeah.
But these guys were not. And I don't know how it is. They made some turn or something down at Hard Rock Stadium when it wasn't Hard Rock, and they got on the field, and nobody really stopped them. And the reason, you know how they got caught? They lit cigars on the sideline.
Well, that's dumb.
And then people noticed them light cigars, and they were like, what the hell are you doing?
If you're somewhere you shouldn't be, try to make yourself not noticeable.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Try to blend in if you can.
I won't say the kid's name because people know him, but he did say, he goes, I thought I could smoke a cigar around the sidelines. It was a couple hours before the game. I'm like, but again, they got on the field. I mean, we heard about Super Bowls where people sneak in, and sometimes people have the gift of gab, and they get in there, but it blows my mind because I've been at a million events with obviously sports, music, and if you don't have a ticket, you don't get in. I mean, you just don't. Like the one guy at the Super Bowl, I remember they went in at halftime and they faked like they were cooks. And they were like wheeling stuff in. I remember that.
That was in New Orleans,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yep, that was in New Orleans, and they did that.
There was a couple kids, too, who they weren't cooks. They just pretended to be security, I think, or whatever it was, and they got in.
I've seen people do that for music festivals.
Yeah.
But they'll act like the cooking establishments, they'll act like they ran out of food. So they'll come through the gates with a bunch of food in their hands.
Oh, that's funny.
And be like, oh, we're here to fill up the
carrots.
Yep, the lettuce for the burgers.
Yeah.
And they would just come in with a bunch of it, and they'll let them in, and they're just into the music festival with lettuce.
Wow. I wonder if that would work in a playoff game or something like that. I mean, I don't know. You walk in with a bunch of steaks. Hey, I got a whole bunch of steaks. I'm here, or whatever, hamburgers,
I'm
beer.
here.
You know what I mean? I don't know. But again, I think it always depends on who's at the gate in every situation, because some people take their job very serious and some people don't care. And I think also you got a better chance when the event starts than when it's going before. Because once it starts, I think they loosen up a little, like, all right, you know what I mean? Or in and out and everything like that. Even suites at the Dolphin game, like when the game starts, you cannot get in. That's lockdown. But as the game goes on, they're a little loose with people coming from a different section and coming down. But early on, nobody gets in at all. You got to show your ticket. But I don't know. I think that adds to it. I just think people get a little looser as the game goes on. But it's still interesting that people like this guy with Taylor Swift and everything, with all the security they said that they had, millions of dollars they spent, that they said nobody's getting in. You couldn't get on the premises without a ticket or a parking pass. This guy comes, with these women, and he walks in. Now, I obviously he had all this planned. You know what I mean? Because he was like, all right, I'm doing this. I'm getting a badge. I'm doing it and everything like that. It's pretty remarkable. It really is when you think about it. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. On the table today, Chua is coming back. What are your thoughts? Good or bad? Most people are saying, what are you doing? Associated Mind spent $20,000 at Club 11 in one night. Can you top that tab?
I mean, they're like, not to humble brag, at 47142 started off with Real Radio on their text. Let's see, it goes, not to humble brag, but a $20,000 limit on a credit card is pretty weak, according to our texter. All right, money bags.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a nice limit, $20,000. For most people, I think that's very nice. God bless whoever's writing us.
Right.
That he said that's not a lot. That's a lot, 20 grand.
Heads up, our giveaway today is not a call-in. It's not a contest where you're going to call our number here in the Penthouse and try to win something, but you can win on our Instagram. That's at Real Radio 921. And we have a pair of tickets to our tastings, food, wine, craft beer music event. If you've been, you know how much fun it is. This is going on in just a few weeks. Saturday,
Can I go?
November. You can go. Actually, you're going to be probably put to a lot of work, Dom, as always.
Good day to call in sick, buddy.
Dom knows. I wasn't able to make it last year. I think I was out of town, and I made sure to put it on my calendar because they're like, you got to be there this year. And I was like, I will. So November 16th, Tanger Outlets.
We're going to Vegas that weekend.
What football games are going on that weekend?
There is football games going on that weekend. I know. But we'll be there. We'll be there hanging out. It's a great time. And you can get VIP tickets right now, or you can get in regular admission. I would do them now because they're cheaper if you buy them ahead of time. That's pbtastings.com. But if you want to win them on us, we have them on our Instagram at Real Radio 921. Follow all the instructions. I'm saying follow because a lot of people don't. And guess what? You're not in the running. So it is the ultimate foodie event. Unlimited food, wine, craft beer samples from some of the finest restaurants and breweries. And you really will have a good time. So make sure you hit us up at Real Radio 921.
Franny, I know Franny has a story, but this was a big thing on Saturday night with the SEC in Texas where a lot of fans threw stuff on the field.
They're throwing their beer, their water. Even Matthew McConaughey is upset at them.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
Yeah.
He is ashamed of the fans and the alumni over there at University of Texas. And a lot of people are saying, it was classless is what it was.
Well, what they should do
They threw a fit.
is go to the cameras, which they have, and the people who threw stuff, you kick them out.
So
There's reports that they are going to do that.
that's what they've been saying. Yeah, I did read that too, Dom.
They did it years ago with the Giants. The Giants played the Eagles. I was at the game a long time ago, and they went crazy throwing snowballs. And it was on a New York Post and everything. Everybody got kicked out.
See, snowballs are different than you're actually throwing garbage.
That's terrible.
It's
No matter-
terrible.
First of all, you shouldn't be throwing anything.
I agree with you.
Snowballs, beer
Yes.
bottles, glass, whatever.
I agree.
Go to the video, and you know what? Anybody who threw it is banned for at least 2 years.
So the SEC has just recently brought alcohol into the stadiums. This is something that hasn't been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And so they are making it their mission to punish these offenders. We'll see what happens for the actions that happened Saturday between Texas and Georgia, but it was the Texas fans. And so they've also threatened to ban alcohol sales in Austin. And I'm curious to see if this happens. If you're not aware, this happened during a second half penalty that went against the home team. And upset about the call. I think at the time they said...
It was a pass interference call.
Yeah, but as well as it was a 23-8 deficit, attendees began chucking water bottles and beers at the officiating crew and just on the field. So for what it's worth, it seemed to work because they later overturned the call.
Russia, we got to get out of here.
It worked for them. But they said the environment becoming more and more hostile. And so they said the conference released a statement on its punishment for Texas. We know that they got a $250,000 fine. They plan to identify the fans in the stands, as Dom said, and also included could be a potential alcohol ban. It is Inside Texas. Twitter put it on there. They said it's threatened for them to do it. And that's probably one of those things. Like, this is a warning. You do it again, we're probably going to ban it. And this is Texas, so it's not all SEC games.
And the other thing, too, is the home team should be penalized. It's another deterrent for fans to throw stuff out there because there was no penalty at all. People were bitching about that. There should have been a 15-yard penalty. The coach had to go out there. They just let it go. It could have changed the whole game and could have changed the whole playoff experience. People not realizing, because if, say, it turned around and Georgia lost, that would have been a second loss for Georgia. Could have changed their whole season. And talk about millions of dollars they could have lost because of one play. I mean, everybody who threw something, gone. Sorry. For the next 2 years and a fine.
Yeah, and that's what they said. If you can't control yourselves, then they have the right to revoke the drinking during the games.
And the team should be penalized 15 yards, at least.
Yeah, but
And
unfortunately that didn't happen.
No, I mean, again, going forward, it's like everything else. You try to fix it. If that's it as a fan, then you're going to be like, hey, you know what? Most people there were rooting for Texas, a high percentage.
Of course, yeah, home game.
So you're like, I don't want my team to get penalized. I'm not going to throw it.
They got to use them as an example.
Yeah, of course. Anytime anything in life where there's enough of a penalty, you're going to stop somebody. I guarantee you. They made it in the state of Florida. You've texted and drove and it was $5,000. You see people stop.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, believe me. You give it enough penalty to something, people are going to be like, I'm not doing this. And again, these are fans. They live for this.
I know it's probably not going to happen, but man, how sweet would it be if Vanderbilt beat Texas? I mean, they did it to Alabama.
Oh, that'd be great.
I think they play him next. I do.
Yeah, they play him this week.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But again, it wasn't a good thing for football. Obviously, not a good thing for Texas. Matthew McConaughey, like Franny said, he got out there. He goes, I'm not happy about this and all this other stuff. But you could stop it like anything else. And if people are dumb enough to do it, then make them pay. That's all. That they're going to lose big money if they stop the drinking at Texas football games all year long. But they'll make it up. They're not going to care. But I still think you got to have some kind of penalty. If you don't, no good. Bruce Springsteen's been in the news a lot. He's lived in Jersey his whole life. And he said, I saw it this morning when I walked in J&O, but I heard it last night. He loves Jersey. Said he never felt safe in L.A. or New York. Dom, would you feel safe living in the big city?
Yeah. Most part matters where you got to pick your, right spot to live too.
Sure. No doubt about it. How about you, Franny?
I've never felt unsafe there.
Okay, cool.
Visiting.
So could you think you could live there?
But I know that there's a lot of crazy things that happen. I mean, we see those random people punching people in the head when they're not expecting it. But that can be anywhere. I think so. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever want to, but I've always enjoyed my time there.
Yeah, again, for me, I grew up there, so it was different for me, but I never thought of it that way. I lived in a city for 10 years, but now it is a different city. But feeling safe is something that you have to have if you're living anywhere. If you don't feel safe living someplace, that's not good. First of all, it's going to destroy you in the long run and your, quality of life every night. I mean, if you're not feeling safe when you go to bed or when you wake up in the morning, maybe you're going to get a coffee or whatever. You got to feel safe. We're very fortunate down here. We're in a very nice area. And I think for the most part, everybody does feel safe when they're down here. 877-927-6969. If you spent more than $20,000 in a strip club one night, give us a call. We got a baller who said $20,000 is not a lot. Who do you got, Dom?
We have Matt on the phone.
What's happening, Matt?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
That the Texas thing that really was pretty bad. But I mean, college kids are going to drink before they're going to bring alcohol in with them anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
Is banning it really going to make any difference?
I think it would.
I don't know.
It's not going to stop it, but then you can't drink in the game. Yeah, they could bring in a couple bottles or whatever, and they're going to drink before and after, but it's not there for the next 3 hours. So I don't know how you can say it's not going to stop it.
Well, I mean, like SEC, it's like tradition. You bring a flask in with you, and it's kind of heritage. Regardless, I do agree though. I think that was just horrific what they did.
Terrible.
You brought up that Philly game. And Franny said, well, snowballs are a lot better than garbage. The thing is, those snowballs, they had batteries in them.
Oh, well, shoot. I didn't know that part.
And this was at the old Veterans Stadium, and they were so mean, they were even pelting Santa with the battery snowballs.
Yeah, we're talking about two different incidents.
I was going to say battery snowball sounds way worse than just a regular snowball.
Yeah, I'm talking about it was a Saturday with the Giants years ago, and Giants were getting beat, and people were throwing snowballs over it. This is the Giants game. The Philadelphia story, yeah, I've heard that too, where they were putting batteries in the snowballs. Terrible.
Well, only in Philly. Anyhow, thanks, guys.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, you shouldn't throw anything on the field at all. When you go to a game, enjoy the game with whoever you're with, root for your team, and that's it. Don't be throwing stuff on the field. It's not a good thing. World Series is going to be in New York for 3 games, and tickets downstairs are about $2,500, and not great seats. I'm not talking they're in the far corner, right field, on StubHub. Now, behind the plate, forget about it, but we're talking Taylor Swift prices. Now, for you, I know the answer would definitely be, $3,000 to see a World Series game or Taylor Swift. But, people look at it both ways. You know what? If they like Taylor Swift, it's the same thing. It's entertainment, about the same length. About the game, your team loses, you're pissed. And if you put money on it, you're pissed.
Yep.
So the Taylor Swift thing might be a better investment.
Yeah, unless there's some kind of prop bets on there. So somebody text at 47142, and soccer has something like this happen. What happened in Texas? They said they'll close the stadium and still play the game with no fans. They're like, it's like COVID all over again, just an empty stadium.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also, when stuff like that happens, that's when people police themselves. Like, they look at the guy next to him and go, hey, man, don't do that. I don't want to get kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We're in it together. Let's not do it. So it's, I think they need to do something to answer it. The fine to Texas, that's nothing. What is that? $250,000 to Texas? They got gazillions of dollars. They don't care about that. But if it was a big penalty put on there and affected the game, and like I said, people don't realize it, but Georgia could have lost. And that could have been the start of it. They could have came back, and that would have changed the whole complex of the playoff system. And for Georgia, they would have had 2 losses for the season. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Tuesday. Thanks for always tuning in. You can always get involved. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
Something is coming back into popularity that has not been popular for a very long time.
Sean Watson.
What? How dare you? My popularity remains at an all-time high.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by...
All right, you guys are out for a party, I can tell.
See the biggest festival headliners from around the world assembled on one stage on one show.
This iHeart energy is so incredible.
See it all at our 2024 iHeartRadio.
On Real Radio.
We're taking a look at Lake Worth. We do have an accident turnpike northbound before Lake Worth Road, currently blocking your left lane. Stay to the right of that. Heavy delays along the approach. As for 95, currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. That's traffic. I'm Rick Usa.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's in Palm Beach, and it's football season. College or pro, Monroe's is the place to go to watch the games. And on Monday night, you will not find a better place in Palm Beach County. Beautiful ladies and drink specials all night long. It's Monroe's or Palm Beach for football season. Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, it doesn't matter. Add a 5-star menu to Monroe's, and it's a perfect evening. If your team loses, you're still a winner because you got a beautiful girl next to you. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry. I'm the flavor of Barry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter.
You wanted to talk about your son. He's the flavor menthol?
Yes, he's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted. Being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are just as addictive as regular cigarettes and harder to quit. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, over 3 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And with over 1 million of those calls coming from previous clients, friends, and family.
My name is Jason Williams. It was a rainy day, and I'd gotten hit from behind by a lady that was doing somewhere over 100 miles an hour is what they were saying. I've never dealt with anything like this before. Everybody that I talked to kept saying the same name, which was Morgan & Morgan. I was on hold for maybe 15 seconds when they come back and said, Jason, we will absolutely take your case. As a non-tech savvy guy, any question that I had, if I called, text, or emailed, they got right back to me. They made it as easy for me as it could have been.
Thank you for trusting us. We've become the largest injury firm in the world because we've won a lot. The word is out. Size matters. Reputation matters. We're America's largest injury law firm for a reason. With over 900 dedicated attorneys and climbing, we're ready wherever you are, whatever you need. The choice is easy. We're just a phone call away. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's Greek to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor
2024 Greeks Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at lifelock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Palm Beach County is election ready. Protecting your vote is our top priority. Rest assured, every eligible vote will be secure and counted accurately. Your vote matters. Visit votepalmbeach.gov.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Elf Beauty. On Monday, the WNBA Players Association announced that the union's executive committee and the board of player representatives have voted to get out of their current CBA 2 years early. The current collective bargaining agreement, which was initially set to expire in 2027, will still be in effect through next season. Opting out just means that the union and the league now have a year to negotiate a new deal. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcast.
84% of sports fans are into women's sports, but they only get 15% of the media coverage. Doesn't add up. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports, Elf Beauty is serious about igniting conversations that'll reshape the future of sports. Join the movement at elfbeauty.com.
Don't be scared. It's Halloween season, and the free iHeartRadio app has everything you need to make it a scream. Commercial-free Halloween radio. Custom playlists like Fright Night Raw. And spooky podcasts like
Stuff to Blow Your Mind.
Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Greeks Trifecta is sponsored to you by Pillar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats.
Greeks Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Molly back on the big show. We're going to rate her outfit today. I'm going to give her an 8, 8.5. She's got red on today. Like the way it's looking with her hair and her whole complexion. So we'll give her an 8.
I agree.
Yeah, nice. Yesterday she had the brown on with the brown belt. The week before she left, she had all black on. Stunning.
Was it a brown belt or was it like a pair of leather pants?
I thought it was a brown belt.
Oh, I
maybe
thought
you're
maybe
correct.
I was like, yeah.
You can remember that, you notice you can remember her outfits, but
yeah, always.
It's for the show.
Oh, yeah. It's all a show.
Dom's in the house. We don't know how long.
A show.
He's excited about November 16th. Oh, my God. He can't wait for tastings. He just keeps shaking that head. Francis is here.
Hi.
You can get involved with us a couple ways. You can text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can call us at 877-927-6969. And it is time for a Greek's Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, the NBA kicks off tonight. The Boston Celtics are home. They're taking on the New York Knicks. It's going to be a great game tonight, man. And what a beautiful night to be at Strike Cigar Lounge outside on the patio. Woo! Celtics and Knicks. Celtics get their rings tonight. Knicks are getting 5. Guess what? I'll take the Knicks in a 5. Because usually, if you look up the last 10 years, the teams in the NBA that get their rings usually do not win. I remember years ago going to the Miami Heat when they won in 2006. They played the Bulls, and they got beat by 30. A lot of excitement that night. People are there, their family, their friends. They're all jacked up. Not really focused on the games. This will probably go out the window like the Titanic, but I'm going for it that the Knicks cover tonight, the 5.5. By the way, Kim Kardashian's birthday yesterday. I don't know if you missed it, Dom.
44 years young.
Yeah, so I know you and her, you got a little bit of relationship. Ravens played last night on Monday night, and they played the NFC. If you didn't bet the Ravens last night, what is wrong with you? My God, he's 23-1 against the NFL. We said it. And he lost one game to the Giants on a last-second pass by the Giants years ago. He just beats the NFC. And if they make it to the Super Bowl, because if they make it, they got to beat the Chiefs. And if they play whoever, maybe just say odds are in favor right now might be Detroit. Man, you got to bet him because he just doesn't lose. He doesn't lose. So there was a no-brainer there last night. Dodgers and Yankees in the World Series, and that kicks off this Friday night. Ohtani hit his 50th home run down at Marlins Stadium. Already, the bids are at $2 million. It's
crazy.
Experts think it could go to $10 million.
It was at 1.4 last week when I was 1.4, and they offered that dude $300,000. The Dodgers did. So he's probably like, I'm so happy I did not take that deal.
Now, supposedly there was a suit against some people. Remember that kid was saying
one guy was trying to sue him, saying he had the ball first.
Yeah. Now they said that kid was settled, or that gentleman. It was a kid. I think he was 18 years old, and they said he was settled. Ohtani himself and the Dodgers can bid on this ball and Major League Baseball. Do you think anybody will?
Man, it's a lot of money, $2 million. I mean, they got the money to do it. I don't know.
See, I don't think so. You know why? Because I think he's going to hit 60 next year. And I think he'll steal 60 bases. He stole 58 bases this year. Now, the big difference with him this year, next year, is that he didn't pitch this year. So they think that's a big difference of why he had such an explosive year. Because, again, not pitching. So he's just focusing on that. I don't know. There's a chance, though, he could hit 60. So the 50 ball, even though it'd be worth something, it would only be worth its value if it never comes near it again. But if you top that, you know what you do with that 50 home run ball? Stick it, because there could be a 60. I mean, that's the way you got to think. And he has the potential to do it. I think he had 58 stolen bases, 57. I'm not like most radio hosts who have 17 interns and 9 computers in front of me, just off my head. So I think it was 50-something. And I think he had 50-something home runs. First time in World Series history, 2 players are opposing each other with 50 home runs in the season. Ohtani and Judge. Both going to be MVPs. There's no doubt about it. That is your Greek's Trifecta, sponsored by Pollard Coffee and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. Peace.
47142 started off with Real Radio, says consequences. Take it a step further. The Fools at the Vandy, Tennessee game. No, that wasn't Tennessee. That was Alabama. It says and Tennessee. Oh, maybe they're saying and Tennessee game? Did they do it at Tennessee too? Take the goalpost?
Vanderbilt.
No, we know Vandy did.
I don't know about Tennessee.
So maybe they're saying, I don't know, but it says the Fools at the Vandy in Tennessee, maybe it was Alabama, who took the goalpost, should get charged with vandalism, and all those who could be identified should be responsible for the fines. Grown people being fools and putting others in danger is not okay. And that is from Sarah B. And then somebody has an opinion on your Molly girl, says, I saw this Molly chick Greek talks about last night during the game. Really, Greek? She must make a truckload of money. She's cute and attractive, but she's like a 6 or 7. Okay, there's your opinion, but
I don't think Molly was on the game last night, unless I missed her.
I don't know.
On ESPN. Maybe. I don't know of her doing any sport games except her doing First Take. I've never seen her. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so maybe it's somebody else.
Yeah.
And again, everybody's view of anybody is different.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't think she's hot, great. I think she is, and that's all I care about.
You're like, less competition for me.
Oh, no competition. I don't have a shot. I have no shot.
Jalen Rose.
Oh, that's her ex.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're divorced. Yeah.
So it was Molly McGrath who was on the, Monday night Chargers Cardinals.
Yeah, it's not our Molly.
It's not the Molly G-Man's talking about. The Molly G-Man's talking about is Kurum, right? She is a brunette. This Molly that I'm looking at is she's like a dark blonde.
Okay.
And she's cute, but yeah,
Cute.
she's different. She's different looking than this Molly, 100%. Different look.
Yeah, and remember, looks are everybody has them. You see people sometimes.
The eye of the beholder.
Yeah, I mean, everybody looks at, even when couples, you look at it, you're like, vice versa, but it's not your opinion.
Greek's Molly on First Take. She's got a very Kardashian look.
Yeah. And I tend to lean that way. There's a couple things in my wheelhouse, and people will know. 877-927-6969. Ohtani Ball, $2 million now. They are thinking it could go up to $10 million. That is unbelievable. I'm talking about breaking records. Now, somebody could come over from Japan, obviously, a collector or something like that, and just be like, here, I'm writing you a check. Boom, and you're done. That could happen, but we'll see. And that happened at Marlins Stadium. One of the highlights of the season this year. I think the Marlins sold out this year.
For the Marlins Stadium?
Yeah. I think the Marlins sold out this year 6 times or 5 times, and 1 time for the banana hammocks.
The Savannah Bananas. Yep, Savannah Bananas. So Florida, the beautiful state we live in, that Florida Marlins play in, or Miami Marlins. Call them Florida Marlins. But we don't think we need a whole study to tell us this, but people really seem to like living in Florida.
Oh, my God.
And yes. However, we do have a new analysis by Wallet Hub actually confirming that Florida is the second best state to live in the nation.
Ooh, what's the first?
So the personal finance company compiles a list of these best states to live in each year, taking in consideration factors such as job opportunities, educational quality, safety, even the cost of groceries for its 2024 study. They used 51 different comparison points to rank all 50 states. And Massachusetts was the only one to out-awesome Florida.
Really? It's so expensive up there.
Well, Florida's kind of crazy, too.
The weather sucks.
But here's what they had to say about the Sunshine State.
I tell everybody it sucks down here. Anybody asks me for not Florida, it's terrible.
I know, but they know better. All they have to do is look at the weather.
I'm like, the mosquitoes are like the size of bowling balls. I said the lightning just blows up the street.
Hurricanes, don't want to deal with them.
Tornadoes. Too many strip clubs.
So, yeah, this is what they had to say about our Sunshine State. They say it boasts one of the lowest unemployment rates in the country at just 2.9%, plus the 6th most job opportunities per capita. It has the 7th lowest tax rate and the 6th highest median household income growth, making it a great place to build and grow wealth. It offers an abundance of leisure activities per capita, especially restaurants, beaches, fitness centers, and theaters. And they say overall it's a pretty safe state. It has the 9th most law enforcement employees per capita, the 13th lowest violent crime rate, and the 15th lowest property crime rate. So those are some of the measures that made it at number 2.
Anything about hot girls or no?
No.
I'm saying we got hotter girls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah.
In Massachusetts?
So with Massachusetts, what brought it up, education and health, Massachusetts was number 1 in the country, right? Florida only sat at number 24 when it came to education and health. So, of course, we know no one's perfect.
I can see that with all the Ivy Leagues and all that.
Yeah. Sitting just below the Sunshine State, New Jersey, number 3. They say which is significantly more affordable than Florida and has a higher score in education and health. But they said, though their economy seems to be struggling at number 25, that brings it down to the 3.
The weather is just so, you can't even compare it.
But the weather isn't everything that they have, as I mentioned. I mean, they had a bunch of things that they looked into.
I understand all the things, the criteria for it. But I'm saying the weather itself, when you live down here, it just makes you feel good. I mean, it just does. And up there, it's tough. I mean, it's 6-7 months a year.
It is weird, but some people, and I know it's rare to us, some people don't like the heat. Some people like, and I'm one, I do like the heat, but I do miss, don't get me wrong, I love Florida, and I'm probably not going to leave. I mean, who knows, unless somebody pays me more.
Hint. You want Freddie, pay her more.
I mean, money talks. But the seasonal changes really are beautiful too.
Oh, this time of year?
To get the fall, spring, summer, and some people really like that.
Yeah.
I would never want to live somewhere where it's cold
All the
8 months
time.
out of the year. Like that sounds
Suppose somebody
miserable
offered
to
you
me.
a radio job in Alaska for $2 million a year.
I'd take it.
You would?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. How long do I have to be in the contract for? 3 years? Do it for 3 years and then come back. Just make some money.
Or you could be here and broadcast here to Alaska.
I know. I don't know if they'd offer that. Like if I had to move.
That's not the scenario.
If I had to move.
Then
and
of course you're staying.
And a lot of time these contracts in radio, about 3 to 5 years, sign a 3-year contract, make $2 million each year.
Yeah.
I bet cost of living isn't that much. And then come back to Florida.
You think your husband would go?
$2 million? If somebody offered me $2 million? Yeah. You go.
Yeah, he's got you.
What about Boston?
I love Boston. So Boston's a cool town. Yeah. Boston, $2 million, easy to go to Boston over Alaska.
How about Detroit?
I've heard Alaska's beautiful, but yes, I mean, there's not much sunshine.
You can see Russia there from your bedroom.
Yes. That's what I've heard. Yeah, there's not much sunshine, but yeah, I mean, why not? So I could go whale watching. I could go dog sledding. There could be all kinds of cool stuff.
I wouldn't go.
I know you wouldn't.
No. I mean, maybe if I had somebody in my life that I cared about, that's different because then you're in love and you have the person you're with.
Yeah.
But if you're solo,
Sitting
you're
by the fireplace, drinking some red wine.
Yeah, pumpkin.
If you're
all
done.
That. Yeah.
Pumpkin.
I mean, what am I going to do? Look outside and count reindeer for $2 million? I mean, what am I going to spend it on?
I mean, I count reindeer for $2 million.
All right.
Let us know. 877-927-6969. Would you go to Alaska for whatever job you got for $2 million a year?
I mean, they got a bunch of casinos in Alaska. Yeah, no.
I don't know. Casinos get a little boring sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
You get your ass kicked enough, they get boring. Like anything else. You're like, I don't know. Alaska, it's cold, man, as you know what. Can't say it on the air, but Alaska, I mean, it's dark. Like, what is it, like certain times of the year, it's like dark 22 hours. Can't wear my shades. That's what's up. I'm going to need a lot of product for my face. I'm just saying. No, they probably don't even know Gucci.
But it's
up there.
probably gorgeous, too. Yes, would it would suck. Don't get me wrong, but I would suck it up for as long as I had to.
It's just a question.
Yeah.
That's all. Now, would you go without your husband?
I think for a little bit, I would be like, wow, this is so beautiful. And then I'd be like, good, I'm so depressed.
Would you go without your husband?
No.
Okay.
If it was for a year, but longer than that, probably not, where he could come and visit. Because there was a point where he was going to get a job, and it was an out of state, but it was out of town.
Yeah.
And he would be there during the week and then come back on the weekend.
that's not
I
bad.
think we could make it work, but yeah, no, not long term.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad like that during the week and weekend. I mean, you really know. Because when you really think about your waking hours, which people don't like to think about, how much you're really with the person. You come home 6 o'clock, they come home 6 o'clock, eat, watch some TV, do your thing, and then you go to bed. So, I mean, during the week, it's not bad. I really flourished in long-distance relationships. So it might work out pretty well. $2 million if you move to Alaska, and whatever job you have, would you do? Wasn't there was that show on HBO, was it, recently, with Jodie Foster? She's a cop in Alaska. And it was on HBO or something like that. Man, and it just looks so...
They don't have state income or sales tax, so there's a pro. But yeah, there's a pros and cons list. They're like, pro, stunning natural beauty. Con, extreme weather conditions. Pro, unique wildlife experiences. Con, geographic isolation. Pro, northern lights. You can see the beautiful northern lights there. Con, harsh driving conditions. Pro, no state income or sales tax. Con, they say there's a high cost of living. Pro, vibrant, indigenous cultures. Con, limited job opportunities.
Was it vibrant or vibrators?
It says I did not say vibrators.
Okay.
You gotta check.
Vibrant, indigenous cultures. Yes.
All right, this is my deal. I'll do it for $1.8 million cash, no taxes at all. Halle Berry comes out with me the first 3 months. Just to jump start.
There goes the 1.8.
Oh, she don't need anything. She's very self-sufficient.
So 47142 says, I'm pretty sure it was the right Molly. It was an ad with Stephen A. and the other co-host. So that's maybe why. They said it was an ad.
Oh, maybe an ad.
All right,
yeah.
so there we go with Stephen A. and the other co-host. All right, so you could be right. And then our girl Sarah wanted to, just because I was confused with that text message, but it says, I was talking about the two different games. Vanderbilt played a game against Alabama, right? And then the University of Tennessee played Alabama as well. Goalpost was removed at both games. I didn't realize that Tennessee did that too when they played Alabama.
Maybe. mean?
Yeah, she said that both times when the teams won.
In college, though, when usually, whether it's right or wrong, it's for the university to decide, but that's like a tradition. When teams that are like big underdogs and they beat a team, they take down the goalpost.
You know what? It might have been the Tennessee one, Sarah, that I saw, because I remember the kid looking like it was in volunteer colors, like that light orangey kind of thing. And when I say kid, it was a kid on the goalpost, like trying to take it down with everybody else. By kid, I mean like 8 years old.
I believe it. like, well, they get him up there. They jimmy it up.
I know.
Get up there, and he does it. In Tennessee, they wear those overalls, they're orange and white checker, and they get up there and they're like, they go crazy. I mean, they get, what was it, 107,000 for that Alabama game? I mean, you want to talk about a lot of people. Who the hell's left out there? I mean, 107,000. Good time to make a score in Tennessee, I got to tell you, because everybody's at the game. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. But yeah, the Texas fans, it was 100% wrong. There should be some kind of penalty. Either, like I said, they get suspended, or, it could be like a traffic ticket. You don't know with those cameras. You get in the mail. Hey, you're fined, whatever it is, $1,000. You see people stop throwing stuff. There's no doubt about it. And they also threw stuff. I think it added to it because of the time of the game, and Georgia was beating them pretty bad. Now, I think if Tennessee was ahead, I don't think that happens. I really don't. Say Tennessee was winning 28-10. I don't think they're
Texas.
Texas,
excuse me. Yeah, I think if Texas was winning, excuse me, thank you. I don't know if that happens. I really don't. I think it was the time of the game that added to it. Still 1,000% wrong in any shape or form. If I ran it, people would be getting their ass kicked. But you got to have some kind of a penalty. But I just think it was Georgia coming in, beating them up, and they got disgusted. They were like, oh, my God, you got to be kidding me. And Texas did benefit. I mean, so really, I didn't know what the hell they were bitching about at first when they just went crazy. But it's happened. It's happened in college basketball, and it's happened in college football. I haven't seen it too much in the pros. Here and there, you see like people throw stuff, but more colleges.
The weird thing is with hockey, how they allow it when someone makes 3 goals, the hat trick.
Yeah, but that's different because that's almost like, they're throwing out souvenirs. They're throwing hats. And they're stopping the play is going on. The play's not going on when that happened. That's fans throwing.
It's like a celebration.
Yeah,
though,
of course. And nobody's getting hurt. It's after the third goal, and people throw out their baseball caps or hats. And that's tradition. And no, even if you got hit by a hat, you're not getting injured.
Well, and something else that's tradition, and that's what they say, it's tradition, but it also looks like it's just an absolute mess, is that golf tournament that they do in Arizona every year. They throw all the trash on.
Yep.
Which one is that one? That's
waste
management one.
Yeah. That has gotten very bad. This year was the worst ever. They really promote it. And waste management, I mean, they still keep, sponsoring it every year, too. And that's what it's known for. But this year, it was bad.
They had to shut down drinking early.
Yeah.
I think it was like 10 a.m. and they had to shut it down.
Yeah, and there was bottles being thrown out. I mean, those Mickelos, Mick
Yeah, I mean, they're the aluminum ones, but still.
Oh, yeah, you still get hit with one. That sucks. I don't care what you get hit with. That's going to be a pain in the ass. Yeah, that thing's out of control. It really is. There's no doubt about it. And how it started was young kids again. College kids out there. Years ago it started, and then every year, like everything else, it escalates. It gets bigger and bigger. And
that's the thing. They were just allowed to. Not only, as Dom mentioned, did they have to cut alcohol sales early, but they said, it was just rifts between players and fans. Sure. They said players were forced as fans to be quiet while there were shots. Yeah. And, even one guy looked at a fan. He was like, shut the hell up. He yelled, and you could see it happening. But we'll see. I'm curious to see if they're going to do anything about it this year to cut down from all the craziness that happens.
One thing that golf deals with that the other sports don't deal with is sports betting as far as the people being right there. And you're getting a lot of kids that are getting very rowdy. We saw it in college where kids will get on social media, you owe me money, this and that. But there's a lot of golfers with putts and stuff, and they've said where the people are screaming at them if they miss the putt. And, you're a golfer, you're sitting there, that's your career, and some kid's right over here screaming in your ear to make it or not, both ways. And they put up the signs, no noise, and most people do respond and are cool. But there's a lot of people, like everything else, that they don't care. I got money on it. You know what? I hope he misses, or I hope he makes it. I've heard a couple golfers said that. There's an article in Cigar Aficionado where they were talking about it because they have a gambling section every month, how it is getting bad with the golfers. And, people are just going crazy. Happens in tennis. You see tennis players that, stop the game and look at somebody and be like, hey, shut up.
I think Ben Stiller got in trouble for that.
Yeah, at the U.S. Open. Yeah, he did. He was. And the guy turns around and goes, "Do I tell you how to act?"
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, remember that? That was that Greek guy. He's crazy. I forget his name with the K. But yeah, he went nuts on him because he was. You're Ben Stiller, obviously movie star, millionaire. He was sitting right behind where he was serving, and he was giving a little bit of lip, and he stopped it. Stiller did shut up from that point on because he got called out, but it was embarrassing. I mean, it really was. So. All that stuff, you go to a game. I know you pay for the ticket, obviously, or you get the ticket. You should root for your team, and that's it. Go home. Don't cause any havoc toward anybody or any other fans. And there are kids there. I mean, some of the profanity you hear at games is just unbelievable. I mean, if you've been anywhere, some of the stuff that you hear and other things that really people shouldn't be saying or hearing. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Remember, it's a Fat Tuesday. That means a good Tuesday. Instagram, you get a chance to win some big prizes. We'll come back with some fun facts and so much more. Peace.
You give up trying to teach your parents how to use their smart speaker and take it home. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
Real Radio wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some new jerseys, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it. It's yours. Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in Red Zone revenue. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio. Red Zone Revenue is sponsored by Steinger, Green, and Finer.
After your car accident, we put money in your pocket or you pay us nothing. Steinger, Green, and Finer. 1-800-561-1111.
800-561-1111. 800-561-1111.
Offices West Palm and Miami.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
We're taking a look at Lake Worth. We do have an accident turnpike northbound before Lake Worth Road, currently blocking your left lane. Stay to the right of that. Heavy delays along the approach. As for 95, currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Hey, South Florida, it's Franny. And at GiveMeTheVin.com, they know all used cars aren't the same, and they pay more for the clean ones. If your car's nicer than everyone else's, they'll pay you more. Got a regular car? They'll pay you top of normal. Even if it's a bit rough, they'll still pay you top dollar for crappy. If they can't be your CarMax offer, they'll pay you $100. They'll even show up at your house with a check in hand. Get started today at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Seminole Casino Coconut Creek is your local gambling destination, featuring over 2,300 slot machines and more than 80 live table games with blackjack, baccarat, craps, roulette, sports betting, and more. Visit the smoke-free pavilion, full of more slots, live table games, and easy access from the west parking lot. Visit NYY Steak and other dining options and live entertainment during the week at Sunset Grill, Nectar, and Sound Bar. Visit CasinoCoco.com. Come home to Coco. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey, it's the Greek, and football's back. Watch parties, tailgate parties, people come over to the house to watch the game. Well, Tito's Vodka needs to be your quarterback. From the sidelines to the goal line, Tito's Vodka has you covered. This football season, make sure you have plenty of Tito's, and Tito's is on your roster. Pick up a bottle today and enjoy football season, baby. Go Tito's. And even if your team's losing, you're a winner because you got Tito's handmade vodka on your team. Peace.
This time of year, a lot of people are rolling back into town after spending their summer up north. But even if you're just here for the winter, you gotta look after your garage door like a local. Us full-timers know your garage door has been down here with the rest of us all summer, holding back the rainstorms and the dust bunnies and the blistering heat. You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
Your Halloween soundtrack starts with Halloween Radio on the free iHeart app.
With your hands on your hips.
Plus custom playlists from every genre and the spookiest podcasts on the planet. Open the free iHeart Radio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
iHeart Radio.
Free never sounded so good.
This time of year, a lot of people are rolling back into town after spending their summer up north. But even if you're just here for the winter, you gotta look after your garage door like a local. Us full-timers know your garage door has been down here with the rest of us all summer, holding back the rainstorms and the dust bunnies and the blistering heat. You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Breezy conditions in the forecast for the rest of the day today. Winds about 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 25, even 30 miles an hour along the coastline. Isolated to scattered showers expected throughout the day. Don't put away the umbrella just yet. Clouds build following the rain this afternoon and evening.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, every day is game day. Get an expert oil change from our team in about 15 minutes. We're quick, but never rushed. Drive into any of our locations today. No appointment needed. Visit VIOC.com for up to $15 off your next oil change.
Storm cleanup is underway. Count on Grainger to help your business recover. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry when you stop by Grainger's West Palm Beach branch at 1800 North Florida Mango Road. Call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com to get the products and equipment you need now.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeart radio station.
Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some red zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword check at realradio921.com. That's check. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Fat Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. And you might be halfway through. And if you are, guess what? Finish strong, like everything else. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
And, of course, Francis is here.
Hey.
If you're on hold on. We'll get to you momentarily. First, we have fun facts.
It's Freddy's Fun Facts. Alrighty. Today, October 22nd, is a few things. Smart is Cool Day. National Make a Dog's Day. It's National Color Day. And what I'm going to talk about, National, one of your favorite snacks, G-Man, Nut Day.
Nut?
Nut. National Nut Day. So I have some fascinating facts. And we know how much you love almonds. But in fact, G-Man, almonds are seeds, not nuts.
You always got to stamp on my dreams. Oh, my God.
I'm not. This is just facts. Technically, almonds are seeds of the fruit from the almond trees related to peaches, plums, and cherries.
Okay.
You know what's weird? My girlfriend actually had a peach the other day, and in the peach pit, there was almonds in it.
Wow.
She was like, it can happen. And I looked into it, but it can. She opened it, she was like, are those almonds?
That's probably worth a lot of money.
And then she looked it up, and somebody was like, yeah. And I looked it up, too, after I saw it on her Facebook post. I was like, well, sure as hell. Almonds can be, because the fruit is related to a peach, plum, and cherries, too.
That's good luck if that happens, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Weird. Cashews actually grow on apples. Cashews come from the cashew apple, which is a fruit. The nut hangs off the bottom, encased in a shell that contains toxic substances, so they must be processed before eating. So you can't just go ahead and find one and just pop it in your mouth. It's got to be processed.
Process that first.
Uh-huh. Man, these nuts sound dangerous. Pistachios can spontaneously combust.
In your mouth?
I love pistachios. Probably one of my favorite of the nuts.
I like pistachios.
Yeah.
When I'm watching a game, I just want somebody to break them for me.
Oh, no, I like the shell, especially if they're salty.
I like the shell,
Just get a little bit of just suck on the shell a little bit, and then you take it out.
Oh, my God. Get out of my diary.
Do you guys do that? Do you suck on the shell to get the salt on stuff like that, like peanuts too, or no?
I'm not.
That's what you're talking about? No.
I'm not sucking on the shell.
No, you don't?
I break it open.
I do a little bit because there's salt on it, and I like salt. Like on the peanuts, like the dry roaster that you get at games.
I get it.
All right. Guess I'm alone on here. But they said due to their high fat content and low moisture, pistachios can ignite under the right conditions, especially when stored in large quantities.
Well, be careful.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Another thing, peanuts are legumes. Unlike other nuts, peanuts grow underground and belong to the same family as beans and lentils, not tree nuts. Get mind blown here with all these things.
That was the only good thing about my father leaving home. We had lentils. The night my dad left, we never had lentils again. Ever.
I like lentils.
I didn't mind. I wasn't
like a lentil soup. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I was happy we didn't have steak that night.
Yeah. Walnuts were a symbol of fertility in ancient Rome. During Roman weddings, walnuts were tossed to the groom to bring fertility, and they were believed to hold magical properties.
Walnuts.
Yeah. Brazil nuts can produce giant trees. A Brazil nut comes from one of the largest trees in the Amazon rainforest, reaching up to 160 feet tall, and they can live for over 500 years.
Wow.
When it comes for the hardest nut to crack, macadamia nuts. They said it takes about 300 psi, that's pounds per square inch, to crack a macadamia nut, making it one of the toughest nuts in the world. And then finally here, hazelnuts have been around for millennia. Archaeological evidence shows hazelnuts were consumed by ancient civilization over 9,000 years ago. And I'm sure you guys had fun with those nut facts on a nut day.
Now, hazelnuts can be found in walnuts, which are good for coffee. What do we got to hold?
That's not
It's not
factual.
hazelnut? No?
Hazelnuts are found in walnuts?
No? Or maybe coffee beans? Are they found in coffee beans?
Hazelnuts is its own nut.
Okay, so
what
don't
the
worry
heck
about
are
it.
you talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about.
God, what do you got to hold?
We have Anthony on hold.
Anthony, what's happening on a Tuesday?
Hey, what's up, Penthouse? How's everybody doing?
Hi, Anthony.
Anthony, you don't sound like you got any pep in your step today.
No, I do. It's still morning for me. Tired.
What time do you go to bed?
Oh, super late. I don't know why. After those games, just...
Takes time to unwind?
Yeah. The biggest lick of the night last night was over in the Ravens Tampa game.
Yeah.
You've been saying it for about a month now. The Ravens defense, especially in the secondary, it's just not there. If you have a quarterback, throw against them,
Yeah, I said to bet Lamar for about a month. The over was obviously pushed in there. Very high-scoring game on both sides. But my thing was, anytime Lamar plays the NFC, he wins. He's only lost once. I think he's 23-1.
And everybody and their mama had Derrick Henry over yards and touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. And it's crazy that he didn't. He was just non-existent for 3 quarters. He didn't. And who was the announcers last night? Those two are my favorite.
Troy Aikman and Joe and Buck's son.
I love those two guys. When they're on, you could just listen to their voice. You don't have to watch the game. He said at one point, Derrick Henry didn't touch the ball for an hour.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And right when he said that, he ran for 86 yards and it went right over his total. And it's just crazy because back in your day, the player props weren't even a thing. I'm sure.
No.
And if you're betting them now, it just takes so much stress off the game if you're betting player props. And I love it. And
the thing with player props is that you're in it no matter what. I mean, it could be the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left, and you could have a running back that has to have 75 yards, and he could break one off, and you win the game. So, I mean, that's the other thing. The other thing that a lot of younger people like is if you got a player prop, like last night, Andrews, one of the ones was pretty popular, over 27 yards. As soon as he hits it, you stop watching. You just go, I'm done. I won. So, I mean, there are some advantages to it, but and I got to tell you, Troy Aikman, I think, is very good. I know he's gone through a lot of personal problems, a couple of bad divorces he's talked about openly. But with 2 minutes left in the game, he said, just get out of here healthy. And then next play, Goodwin got hurt, which was sad.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Tampa was in that, they obviously they turned their switch on, in the second half. But, when you have 2 guys out of the game, you're not going to do anything, especially Mike Evans. He was the number 1 target. This whole last season and he's definitely one of the most underrated receivers in the game.
Hall of Famer,
in my opinion.
Hall of Famer, easy. First time caught his 100th touchdown last night. He's a beast.
Oh yeah, super excited for NBA. These 2 games tonight, it's both TNT games. It's just the Celtics always play tough, but the Knicks, for some reason, those are one of those teams. They just don't give up. They should win, but especially Brunson and Hart. Those 2 guys. They don't want to give up at all.
Mm-hmm.
I would stay away from these 2 games tonight. Stay away from them.
All right, Anthony. Thank you for the call. I'm glad you had a successful evening betting.
And one more thing, you guys were talking about earlier, people sneaking into venues and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's these 2 kids. I'm sure you can Google it. But what they love to do, they did it 2 times for the World Series. They did it to the one big club in Manhattan. What they do is they put a yellow vest on, and they get a 10-foot ladder. And if you see a guy, if security sees a guy holding a ladder, for some reason they let you right in. They did it twice for the World Series. They did it with the Texas. Then Texas played the Astros, and then they did it with the Phillies World Series. They just let them walk right into the stadium. If you just see, some reason, if you see a guy holding a ladder, he lets you right in.
I'm not doubting it. I'm sure. I mean, because again, you're not thinking like that. Remember, to catch a bitch, you got to be a bitch.
Do you remember all of those people who snuck into that soccer? Like, it was a mess. The soccer game that was down at the Hard Rock Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
That was absolutely insane. But do you remember there was ladders? People were bringing in ladders, and I wonder if that's why they're like, oh, just go ahead. Because that's how they're getting into the stadium, some of them.
Yeah, and they were just like going, but those people were crazy. They were going through the air vents.
They destroyed the place.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was sad. All right, Anthony, thanks for the call, brother. Stay out of trouble. Dom, what do we have next?
Next, we have Toot.
Toot, what's happening on a Tuesday?
Hey, good afternoon, kids.
Hi, Toot.
Hey, go Dolphins. I mean, we do have a snowball chance, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday you guys were talking about a team that they won the championship and the chef got a ring as well. What team was that?
Somebody called in about that.
Yeah, there was a gentleman who called in. His brother was a chef, and he was the head chef, and he got a ring.
Don't remember the
I
team.
think it was the Bruins.
Yeah, it was. It was the Boston Bruins.
The Bruins. Okay, yeah, because it was just eating my mind last night because I was falling in and out yesterday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard it, and I'm like, man, what team was it? What team was it?
It was the Boston Bruins. His brother was a chef, and they gave it to him. And I almost gave her a ring to a chef one time that I was dating, but went a little
different
wrong.
kind of ring.
Different kind of chef.
The guy that got shot, he played for the 49ers or something?
Yeah, yep, and he caught a pass.
To go over what college did he attend?
Well, Florida.
Florida State or the Florida Gators?
Gators.
Gator. Okay. All right.
Yeah, he was in downtown.
No.
Yeah, he was downtown San Francisco too, and somebody tried to rob his Rolex, and he put up a fight, and the guy shot him. But he was lucky that the bullet went right through his chest and out his back.
It was a clean shot. Yeah. Yeah, just give him the watch, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
just
that's a
give him the
message
watch.
everybody should have. If somebody tries to rob you, I've said it many times, they're not thinking. They could be on something. Just give them whatever you have because you can replace it. You can't replace your life.
Yeah. No. Oh, and another thing. What do they call Brazilian nuts in Brazil?
Franny?
Probably just nuts.
Nuts.
All right.
Just nuts.
It's not, that's what I would assume.
All right. I just the question was about the guy from Florida.
Yeah.
Gators and then the Bruins. All right. All right. Well, you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll continue with the show and catch up with you guys tomorrow.
Shoot, thanks for the call. Thanks for listening, bro. You have a great day, too. 877-927-6969. If you guys want to get involved with the show, you can call us or text us. Would you take a job in Alaska for $2 million a year? Franny says yes, she would go. Dom, not so much. He was
No, I'll go. I'm out of here. Bye, bro.
Yeah, he said he would go. I think you're the only one who's like, unless Halle Berry goes with you.
A little cold. And I don't want her to come the whole time. Maybe 3 months, then she leaves for 3, then she comes back.
You get a different chick then?
No. I'm very devoted when I really care about somebody. I don't want her to make her freeze out there for, the whole year. 3 months each. That's good. 3 on, 3 off. I'm trying to think of her. That's the kind of guy I am.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you give us a call or you can text us at either number. Somebody who was very easy on the eyes and was an actress for 10 years and hasn't acted for about 10 years is Eva Mendes. And she says, you know what? She was in an interview and she said she didn't think she was a good actress, which I find surprising. And she also said she really didn't have a love for it. She's raising her 2 daughters now, 10 and 8 years old. And sounds like she's a great mom, but doesn't really miss it. Did a couple things a couple years ago with her husband, who's very easy on the eyes, too.
Ryan Gosling.
I wouldn't mind being their landscaper. Walk over, like, hey, what's happening? You're getting paid, and he's not home during the day. But, yeah, she said that I really didn't have a passion for acting. Was very successful in a lot of big movies for a while. She was in everything.
Somebody else who left Hollywood for 11 years is Cameron Diaz. And she said that it was back in, I can't remember. Her last appearance, they said, was in Annie, the remake of the musical. But she stopped acting for 11 years. She said she had to reclaim her life. And she says, no one's offer could change my mind about taking care of myself and her marriage and stuff like that, her family she wanted to do. But she's going to be back. She's that movie with Jamie Foxx, that Back in Action. Yeah. So that's going to be, I believe that's coming out next year. But that's going to be her first movie in 11 years, so she's coming back to Hollywood.
And I know her and Drew Barrymore had huge paydays with Charlie's Angels, that they got a piece of it. And I remember reading an article, too, that she said she just wanted a break, but she also came off a huge payday, which she had, no problems and didn't have to worry about money for a long, long time, which is nice. And I also want to see her. I would like to see her with Jamie Foxx back. It'll be the first thing you probably see Jamie Foxx in that you haven't seen since he was sick. Who do we have on hold?
We have Jorge.
Jorge, what's happening, buddy?
Yeah, not too much. Happy Tuesday to everyone.
You too, buddy. What's going on?
Yeah, not too much. Not too much. Boy, the old New England Patriots, they're really doing good, huh?
Well, you knew this was going to be a tough year. I mean, you didn't go in thinking that they were going to be successful or win the division.
Now, I guess Drake May, though, he tied a record there for his first 2 games. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't. What record?
Okay, the record is, for his first 2 starts, he threw 5 or more touchdowns, over 500 yards, and he tied a record, 1970, Dan Marino.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Rest of the team sucks, but there you go.
Well, I mean, again, the kid's got to get out there. He's got to get some experience and be on the field. I think it's good for them to obviously do that, and we'll see what happens. He might turn into another quarterback. The thing with anybody who goes to New England, you're always going to be compared to Brady, and Tom Brady's come up, once every 100 years.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I just wanted to tell everybody, Greg, to get out and vote.
Okay.
It's early voting, so yeah.
I know it started yesterday, I believe.
It did.
Yeah, I just went today.
All right. Well, this is a message from Jorge about voting. Get out there and vote, and it's your right as American, and this is the greatest country in the world. Get out there and vote. If you don't vote, you can't bitch.
That's right. And don't be a chump. Vote for Trump.
All right, we're not going.
You do what you want. We don't give out political advice or opinions. You do what you want.
That's right.
You vote who you want to vote for.
Yeah, we're not going to say anything.
And you vote yes or no on whatever amendment you want to vote yes or no.
Yeah, remember, Democrats buy radio ads too. So we don't take any sides here. You want a bridge? 10,000. You don't want the bridge? 15,000. There's your politics.
Yeah. Hey, well, how long before Tua gets back, did they say?
He's playing Sunday.
Yeah, he's already talked. He's in.
Really?
He's playing Sunday against Arizona.
Ooh.
He's dedicating the game to you, he said.
Yeah. How's Arizona doing? What's their records?
Arizona's about 500. They're not a great team. Murray's either hot as a firecracker or, not that great. But it's going to be an interesting game just to see how he plays. I'm sure in the beginning he's going to be a little rusty. He had a press conference yesterday, and he just said, you know what? I appreciate everybody's thoughts and, what they think about me and my health, but this is something I want to do. I love playing football to death. That's what he said.
Yep, and he's not wearing the Guardian helmet, too.
Yeah.
When they asked him, he said he was not.
I did ask him that. I said, Franny thinks you should wear the Guardian helmet, and he was like, not wearing it.
I don't care what she says.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't say he didn't care what you did. He he just said he's not wearing it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'd be like riding a motorcycle without a helmet, Greg.
I mean, I met him twice in a month. Very nice guy. Really nice with all the fans. I mean, he knew I was with the media and everything, but just super cool and just seemed like he had a real passion for the game about the way he talked and his thought process. Did some at Palm Beach Autographs. Then I also met him down at the Hard Rock facility for practice when they had the camp. I don't know. He seems really nice. A lot different than I thought he would be, I got to tell you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, what about that Hill kid who plays for the Dolphins? What's his deal? Is he going to be playing with Mahomes or what?
Oh, you mean Tyreek?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's leaving. I think he put stuff out there here and there. He put up a highlight about a week ago of him with the Chiefs, but I don't think the Chiefs want him, to be honest with you. I mean, the Chiefs won 2 Super Bowls, and they saved $50 million because they didn't have him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So.
They said sayonara to him.
Yeah, I think that they're probably happy that he's not there because with all these receivers that are really good, usually you got to deal with a lot of drama.
Oh, yeah. Yep. A lot of baggage.
Yep.
Without a doubt. And it's not good for the locker room either.
No, it causes a lot of resentment. You should make your headlines on the field, not off.
There you go. That's right. That's exactly right. Yep. All right. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of the day, and don't forget to get out and vote there, Greg.
All right. I will tell everybody, Jorge, that's a nice message. Remember, early voting started in the state of Florida yesterday. Jorge is telling you to go out and vote. Not who to vote for. He's just telling you.
Go and vote.
I can tell you.
Yeah, no, you're done. You're done. Yeah, you're done. You're done. The early numbers that marijuana is going to pass. That's what a lot of people are reporting. So if you're for that, what is that, Dominic, Amendment 3?
Yep.
All right, so...
I mean, you can't get away from those ads.
No, it's everywhere. So you're supposed to vote yay or nay on that, Dominic, if you want it.
Yay.
Okay, because we're gambling. Remember a couple of years ago? Yes meant no, no meant yes, and people didn't understand that. I mean, and people were asking me over the last weekend, like, what is that? I said, dude, don't ask me. I mean, you know what? But, yeah, they...
Just read up on your amendments before you vote.
Yeah, odds are, that's why they're looking at it right now. They think that it's going to get enough votes to pass in the state of Florida. We'll see. I mean, but again, you got to go out and vote, too. And if you don't vote, you don't have a right to bitch. I always tell everybody that. Because there are a lot of people who don't go out and vote and still complain about it and go, oh, we got screwed. I can't believe it passed. Then you ask them, did you vote? They go, no. So, I mean, you got to go out there and you got to do it. If you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you got to have peanut butter and jelly. 877-927-6969. Fax, that is the number to call if you want to get involved in the show. Would you go to Alaska for your job, not ours, your job, if they paid you $2 million a year? Would you go? Dominic said yes. I think actually the number would be a little bit lower for you.
Yeah, I'll take less for that.
I threw Franny $2 million. because I want Franny to be flush and have no problems. For you, I think you would go probably for $500,000.
Yep.
I knew it right there. I can tell.
I actually might go for $500,000 too.
God.
Would you go for $500,000?
500. It's good
Really?
money.
I don't know. After taxes,
It's like it's money I won't see here. So
Yeah.
500.
This is like that. This is like that game show Battleship. The shots just keep firing.
I mean, let's be real.
But that's a lot of money. I don't think it's a lot of money. $500,000 are going to last. It's so cold. Ooh. Got to wear gloves. Scarves are nice, though. I got a lot of nice scarves. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday, baby. You don't get this anywhere. You can guarantee that.
And we don't have 500,000 or $1 million, but we do have $1,000 we're giving away up to 13 chances a day. We got
Can't
a
win
keyword.
that either.
We can't win it now. We got a keyword, but you can win it. Our company wants to give you their money, so take it. We call it Red Zone Revenue. We had a 12 o'clock keyword. What was that, Dom?
Oh, 1 sec.
Sorry, I got you.
It was check.
Off guard.
12 o'clock keyword
There
was
you go.
check
Yes,
by our boy
check.
Rover.
All right, take check, enter at realradio921.com. We always say, keep your phone by you if you're entering these keywords because we give you a call. It could say unknown caller.
Yeah,
it
it's
could
a weird
say
number.
spam. It could be a 513 area code. Whatever it is, pick it up because it could be our company saying, hey, you just scored $1,000. And we don't leave you messages or be like, okay, we'll call you back.
Oh, no?
You got to answer the phone. If not, we move on to the next person.
Oh, I thought they leave messages.
No.
Nope.
All right. You snooze, you lose, people. And the word is check. And it's unbelievable that I remembered that. I got to be honest with you. That is the game ball right there. Facts. Dom, you were looking at me like, what? And I also got to say, Dom was with us 6 weeks, and he already jumps in with all the negativity about the company.
I had that on my last show, too.
Okay. So it's just,
He's like, he's just rolling it over.
okay. So it's just staying with you, right?
Just rolling it over.
Okay. I thought that was new, so I don't want to give you any props. Thank you, though. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Something is coming back into popularity that has not been popular for a very long time.
Sean Watson.
What? How dare you? My popularity remains at an all-time high.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, make some noise!
Watch the best moments exclusively on Hulu right now.
All right, you guys are out for a party, I can tell.
See the biggest festival headliners from around the world assembled on one stage on one show.
This iHeart energy is so incredible.
See it all at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu right now.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Hey, you got a decent drive along your expressways this afternoon. 95 and the Turnpike are currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. We do have some road work here that'll be on Southern Boulevard westbound before Kirk Road, blocking your right lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
Hey, it's Franny. Not all used cars are the same, and GiveMeTheVin.com knows it. If your car's nicer than most, they'll pay you more. Got a regular car? They'll still pay you top dollar. Even if it's not in great shape, they'll beat your CarMax offer or pay you $100 guaranteed. Plus, they'll show up at your house with a check in hand. Pay off your loan, and there's no seller's remorse. GiveMeTheVin.com is fast, simple, and 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau. Just log on, enter your VIN, and get your instant cash offer at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Just dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America, and now the universe's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets StormSmart. Since 1996, StormSmart has simplified the process of protecting your home while increasing its living space and beauty, because smart is easy. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's in Palm Beach, and it's football season. College or pro, Monroe's is the place to go to watch the games. And on Monday night, you will not find a better place in Palm Beach County. Beautiful ladies and drink specials all night long. It's Monroe's or Palm Beach for football season. Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, it doesn't matter. Add a 5-star menu to Monroe's, and it's a perfect evening. If your team loses, you're still a winner because you got a beautiful girl next to you. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
This time of year, a lot of people are rolling back into town after spending their summer up north. But even if you're just here for the winter, you gotta look after your garage door like a local. Us full-timers know your garage door has been down here with the rest of us all summer, holding back the rainstorms and the dust bunnies and the blistering heat. You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Election Day is November 5th. Voting by mail is easy and secure. Request online at votepalmbeach.gov or call us at 561-656-6208. Return your ballot with prepaid postage or drop it off at one of our secure locations during designated hours. Our online ballot tracker allows you to get live updates on the status of your ballot, and the deadline to request is Thursday, October 24th. No matter how you vote this November, we're here to make it count. Sponsored by the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections Office.
Storm cleanup is underway. Count on Grainger to help your business recover. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry when you stop by Grainger's West Palm Beach branch at 1800 North Florida Mango Road. Call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com to get the products and equipment you need now.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
Yes, 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl brings you conditions in the forecast for the rest of the day today. Winds about 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 25 to 30 miles an hour along the coastline. Isolated to scattered showers expected throughout the day. Don't put away the umbrella just yet. Cloud filled following the rain this afternoon.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. We're going to highlight players, and we're just going to sit here and talk about them. And we'll get into the types of dudes. Is Randy Moss a stud or a freak? Is Tom Brady a dog or a dude's dude?
We're gonna find out, Jules. New episodes drop every Thursday during the NFL season.
Listen to Dudes on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Dudes on Dudes to start listening.
The Greek Trifecta is sponsored by the Crazy Horse Saloon.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Just get a little bit of the suck on the shell a little bit, and then you take it out.
Oh my God!
So you can't just go ahead and find one and just pop it in your mouth. It's got to be processed.
You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It's true.
Dom's got a new toy. He's doing a good job, by the way. And remember, what do you want to do with a new toy? You want to play with it. It is the Penthouse. Excuse me, sir?
What?
Well, you get a new toy.
Yeah, you want to play with it.
You want to play with it. Everybody knows that. Like, say you buy a shirt, something new, a pair of sneakers. You want to wear them. You get it out there. That's what you do. That's why it's new. You want to be like, man, look at my nice, shiny toy. Meow. Dominic's in the house.
Okay, Greek.
Don't have to agree with me.
Meow.
You don't have to say yay. You don't have to say no. Just in its own opinion. Francis is here.
What's up?
A little light in here it's a little new for us because we usually have the studio really, really black. I mean, really
well, it's dark in here. Like, we don't even have our lights on today.
And
why is that? Because they open the blinds?
Yeah, they open the blinds over the weekend. Without my permission.
I don't mind a little sunshine.
Okay, sunshine's great.
I may have done that.
Okay, I love
You're
sunshine.
like, I hate it. No, I love it.
Oh, my God, I love sunshine. It's time for a trifecta. I really don't like it. I like it, though. All right, there was a football game last night, too. One counted, one didn't. No, they both counted, but one nobody really watched. It was Tampa Bay and the Ravens. Again, same story. Same quarter you put in the jukebox and you get your favorite song. The Ravens don't lose. Lamar Jackson doesn't lose. When he plays the NFC and he covers 23-1, they ended up winning by 10. He threw 5 touchdown passes. And also, Henry had 2 large runs, long runs, and he didn't touch the ball for like an hour. He looked a little pissed on the sidelines. I wouldn't want to go over to him if I was the coach because he was looking at him like, why am I not in the game? But for like an hour, they didn't go to him. They had a different scheme in, and they were not really running the ball at that present time. But Lamar, another big night, and he's great during the season. He always is. He's had 2 MVP seasons, but it's the playoffs where they suck, and they lose every year. So maybe this year will be a different narrative for them, and they'll get an opportunity to get into that Super Bowl into New Orleans. Baseball is set. It is the Yankees and the Dodgers, and that is going to be this Friday night in L.A., Tickets are crazy in New York. Some of the prices I've been hearing are like Taylor Swift times 2. If you want to sit really, really close. The game is Friday and Saturday in LA, and then Monday night it goes to New York for games 3, 4, and 5. So again, Yankees and Dodgers, you cannot ask for a better scenario as far as markets and teams. The 2 teams with the most championships, it's like the Lakers and the Celtics. That's the same way it is there. People are jacked up for it. We'll see what happens. This is the first time ever in the history that 2 guys with 50 home runs during the season are playing each other in the World Series. Judge and Ohtani. Both, however, had over 50 home runs. Tonight, the NBA is back. More to bet on with your Hard Rock app. It's the Celtics getting their rings against the Knicks. Knicks getting 5. Take the Knicks plus the 5. And then you got the Lakers in Minnesota. Minnesota should spank the Lakers, I think, tonight. And I don't think that's going to be much of a game, to be honest with you. Some new players on both sides, so you got to check it out. But tonight is the NBA first night kicking it off, and they are getting their rings in Boston. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. Peace. Don, you got something?
Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, Netter's wife was asked a multiple choice question, A, B, C, or D, and the question was, who would she rather have sex with? A, her husband, B, and she immediately yelled, B, B, B.
Oh, he is definitely one for the books. There's no doubt about it. He kills me. 877-927-6969. Then we had a lot on the table. Chua's coming back. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's good or bad? Most people on social media and on a lot of sports stations and blogs were not happy about it. They think he's making a huge mistake. But
he sounded like he had a little chip on his shoulder. He did. So maybe that means that he's going to come back full force with vengeance.
Yeah, I think he will. He said the one thing he did say numerous times, which doesn't make sense, is I got to be careful. I mean, you knew that going in. You know what I mean? When he got hurt, he just should have slid, and instead of what he was doing, and that's got to be a conscious effort on his side and his mind. Yeah, he took some karate classes last year, and they said that was going to help him. Who knows? But the NFL does not have the authority, nor did the Dolphins have the authority to say to him he can't play. And once he gets cleared, he gets cleared. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I think all eyes are going to be on him. And Franny said it last segment, but he announced it too. He's not wearing that helmet. He's not a fan of that helmet, so he won't be wearing that. But I don't know. I think a lot of people say if you're going to come back, at least wear the helmet. But it doesn't look like he really cares. And he said he has a love for the game and a passion. And he says he loves football to death. So he will be out there. I'm not surprised. I'm really not. I never thought he was going to retire and say, hey, I'm doing it. And I think that, obviously the money's important to him, but I don't think that's the driving force with him. I just think he's, he loves football and he wants to get out there. Franny, your great state, Georgia, looks like they're going to get a Wawa for the first time. I just saw that in one of our emails. I never knew that Georgia wasn't out there, but that Wawa wasn't out there.
It's been out there for a while.
Yeah,
Georgia
has.
Georgia's been there for a bit.
Georgia's been out there. But a Wawa in there. Are you a fan of Wawa, Dom?
Of course.
Yeah?
Great food.
Great food? Yeah. Would you say you go there 3 times a week?
No.
No?
No. For gas, maybe, but...
Well, you're still going there.
Yeah, but not inside.
Not inside? Inside is a little bit crazy.
Oh, yeah. There's people running in and out of that place all the time.
Yeah, but they do have good food options, and you can order ahead of time on the Wawa app. They even have the kiosk where you can order. So, but yeah, they're a Pennsylvania-based company, I believe, because I remember our buddy Andrew Kingpin at Promotions. He was really excited when they were coming down to Florida.
Oh, my God.
And now we have a ton here. But yeah, they're opening up their first location in a few weeks, and then they have 9 more set for Georgia. So I was surprised, right? They just skipped from PA, they skipped a bunch of states, and then just went to Florida. But yeah, no, they're good.
And great success down here, by the way.
Yeah, good place.
All right, something that's coming up, and I know Franny's got a little bit of a story about his time change. And now some people like it, some people hate it, some people really get upset with it.
Well, it's when is it going to end? Why do we need this?
Dom, are you a fan? Yay or nay?
No, not really.
No?
Yeah.
Does it throw off your sleep?
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially when you guys sometimes wake up early for morning shows and stuff like that. Those morning shows are tough those days after.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you do something going forward? Why don't you just tell them you don't want to do morning shows anymore? It seems like it gets you very cranky and irritable. So just tell them, I don't want to do morning shows.
I don't mind the 6 a.m. morning show, but the 5 a.m. morning show, that one's tough.
And unfortunately, we just don't have, John is really the only producer we have to fill in.
Unless we get Nutter, but I don't know what Nutter's up to nowadays.
I think Nutter's retired.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Good for him.
I read that last week in the paper.
Oh, did you?
Oh.
Yeah.
That was in the paper.
Was that the Boca Sentinel? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Boca Times?
Yeah, Nutter is retired, what I officially heard last week.
Because I know he lives in Boca area. But yeah, no one wants to keep changing the clocks twice a year, right? It's just so annoying.
I just fixed my microwave after a year.
Yeah, but it just won't die. They say, but at the same time, some people are really overdramatic about it. There's a new report out that says the average person starts dreading changing the clocks about 11 days before it takes effect.
When is it
this year, daylight savings time ends on November 3rd. Oh. So next weekend, yep. Which means that the misery starts setting in tomorrow, the 11 days. They say overall about 40% of people admit that they feel a sense of dread. Also, that dread can linger until about 13 days after the change, which would be November 16th. The main issue is that it can bring on sunlight blues, is what they call it. because it starts becoming dark by the time many people get off of work.
Mm-hmm.
And by changing the clocks also throws people's system out of whack. Mostly sleep-related issues. 37% of people say they need more sleeping these days and weeks after daylight saving time ends. So these people say they need an extra hour and 24 minutes in order to feel well-rested after this change that's going to happen.
With everything that's going on in life, is a time change really something that's going to get you that upset and piss you off? I mean, there's so many serious problems out there, but I guess so. Dom said he doesn't like it. Franny, do you yay or nay, or do you
I don't
care?
like it. I don't like it either. I mean, I just don't understand at this point. It's why do we do it anymore?
So are we putting the clocks back on November 3rd?
So with fall, we fall back.
Yeah,
spring
fall back.
forward. Yep.
Fall back. All right. I mean, it's good if you die in that hour because then you can push it back and get another hour left.
It doesn't work like that.
No,
You're dead. Then you can push it back. Yep, you can push back death.
I got 45 minutes. Who do I see? I'm going down to Hard Rock for one big spin.
But I get it, too. Getting out of work and it's dark, it really sucks. It makes you feel like your day is over.
Yep.
You get home and you're just like, all right, even though it's really not.
No. But you feel like I just woke up.
And they also say that a lot of crime rates, too, go up then at
really?
this time. Yeah, because it gets dark so early and people walk into their cars and parking lots and stuff like that.
Holidays, people shopping.
Yep. So
we still got it, though. I mean, that's not going to change.
when are we getting rid of it?
It's one of the things that we hear about every year that it's going to end. It's going to end, but it doesn't end. I don't know, maybe 5 years down the road, who the hell knows? It's going to take an act of Congress to do something where they got to change it. But it's part of the way it is. It's lay the lamb right now, so you're going to hang out.
Yeah.
Lamb, land, whatever. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you want to get involved. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. How much would it take for you to move to Alaska and to do your job? We started with $2 million for Franny, but we went to $500,000 for Dom.
47142. Greg, the St. Louis Cardinals have won 11 World Series championship, while the Dodgers have won 7 World Series. And then we have Nutter is back at the office because myself and Nutter's wife are able to have time together during the day. And that's from Stephen Boca. So just letting you know that I guess he's not retired, like Greek said.
I don't know. I heard Nutter's retired. That's what I heard. I could be wrong. And the Dodgers only have 7 championships. Wow. And the Cardinals have 11. I thought.
According to the text line.
All right. Could be correct. I'm not doubting it at all. There was a football game last night. 2 games on a Monday night, which was rare. And that's something that's unusual, too. They do it every once in a while in the NFL, and it's like, why are you doing that? And people bitch because they got to stay up late, especially if you're betting. That second game was draining.
Yeah, that wasn't that entertaining.
No, it wasn't entertaining at all. Arizona ended up winning by the last minute. I know Murray had a touchdown run at the end. And all the quarterbacks now are doing that thing where they fake the football and they hold it. I mean, if the guy's past the line of scrimmage and he's running, who's he throwing it to? He can't throw it to anybody once he passed the line. And that's what the defensive coordinator was saying, like, don't go for the fake. Mahomes did it Sunday against the Niners and ran for 35 yards down the sidelines. I think it was the longest run in his career. And he kept, like, faking the ball, and the guys would stop. Like, he can't throw to anybody. He's past the line of scrimmage. That's got to be in your head. Like, okay, this is, I know I ain't going to worry about this. This is what's going to happen. So, yeah, it is interesting. Murray did that last night on his run, too. He did it a couple of times. I was watching with the ball. I'm waiting for one time when a guy goes down the field and he throws the ball and he drops it. Because that will happen one day.
Oh, yeah, fumble.
Yeah. Like, it'll just come right out of his hands, and that'll be it. Taylor Swift was here last weekend, and there are reports about the kind of money that she brings into the community, and it is in the millions that brings in for the hotels, the restaurants, the air travel. And it just blows my mind that the amount of money that people spend on her and her concert. It's good for the community, obviously, and for the economy because it helps everything. But, man, no wonder. I think next she's going to New Orleans and then Indianapolis. And I think that's it for USA. I think she's done there. And the tour is almost done. I think her tour ends at the end of December. She'll be around for the playoffs. So that'll be a good thing. Now, did Carmine go? Did we ever find out from Wild 95?
No.
No, he didn't go? Mm-mm. But Megan went for the morning show.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard from her how it was. I'm sure she said it was fantastic.
She's in Memphis right now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. She's with Wave, What You've Done, the Ronald McDonald House, St. Jude.
Oh, that's nice. Mm-hmm. That's really very rewarding to get involved with that. Yeah, we did that for about 10 years. Really, really nice to help the kids. And it's sad. There's no doubt about it. It's very sad. But you know what? Those kids need help, and that place has done a fantastic job since the first day they opened.
saving so many lives and helping so many families. You think you got problems, you walk in there, and you know what? Your whole thought process changes when you see those kids going through what they're and their families, obviously, which definitely sucks. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142 if you guys want to get involved in anything we bring up or anything that you guys bring up, whatever you want. Florida was voted the second best state to live in with all the different things that we have to offer and the great weather. And there were some other things on that list that added up to it. But Florida, the second best place to live. If you were going to live anywhere else, where would you live in the United States?
Probably New York.
The city or the state?
Probably Long Island.
Really? Mm-hmm. What would be the appeal with Long Island?
Just going back where I was born.
Really? Mm-hmm. All right. Franny, how about you?
Man, it's tough because I haven't been. I've been to some places that are beautiful but do get cold. I do love where I'm from too. I love Georgia. I think the Carolinas are beautiful too.
Mm-hmm.
North or South Carolina would definitely be on the list. Something kind of by the coast.
Denver and that too.
Denver's great. I just don't know if Denver. I just don't know if I want to be like. I've been to Salt Lake and Park City, just really, really beautiful places. I just don't know if I would want to live there.
You'd be good in Denver because marijuana's legal and they got sports betting.
There we go.
It's legal in a lot of places.
Yeah, but not
and sports betting.
Yeah, and they got some snow bunnies. So
close to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty close to Vegas. Sometimes, well, everybody's got casinos now, so it's not the same effect. Like I told you with the Wynn, the last time I talked to them, I could do everything in the Hard Rock. I mean, the appeal for me was sports betting and roulette, and now we have it here, and our weather's better. I mean, you go to Vegas now, there's no pool time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nightclubs. We got nightclubs too. There's strip clubs. We got strip clubs too. So to get on a plane for 5 hours, I've done it a million times. We just have the same thing they have now and better weather. So I think that's one of the things. But yeah, I mean, sometimes, being close to a lot of people who live in Vegas don't like to live too close to the strip. They just don't. Too tempting. You can't. You start going 3-4 times a week. You're gonna. It'll definitely catch up to you. There's no doubt about it. A lot of people like Teddy Covers, who calls the show. He lives on the outskirts. Kelly from the VSiN, he lives on the outskirts. My one buddy lived on Fremont Street in a high rise. And he said that was a little tempting because it's you're 24/7. It's there. And you got to have the willpower to stay away. And that's tough. I mean, because that's where all the action is, the clubs, the hotels. And I don't know. Do you think you could stay away if you lived in Vegas?
I'd probably be a part of some, music industry in there.
But do you think you could stay out of the casinos?
I'll be just busy with work.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like maybe you get a job in the casino because then you can't go in. Usually they don't let you gamble. Like if you work in the casino, but I think it would be really hard.
Yeah, but in that casino, there's so many other ones you could go to.
Yeah.
Speaking of music, you said, Dom, you would work somewhere in the music industry. They do claim that, according to some new research, this is American College of Surgeons Clinical Congress, that they suggest simply just pressing play on your favorite playlist could be a game changer for post-surgery recovery. Researchers from a couple of colleges dove into the world of music and medicine, analyzing almost 4,000 studies before narrowing it down to 35 solid research papers. And what they found might make you just want to pack your headphones for your next hospital stay. So it turns out that patients who listen to music after surgery experience some pretty impressive benefits.
Oh, wow.
So they said less pain, more gain. Remember that awful post-surgery pain that makes you want to curl up and hide? Well, music might be your new best friend. Patients who tuned in reportedly feeling significantly less pain the day after surgery.
Wow.
And they're talking about 19% reduction on one pain scale and a 7% reduction on another just from listening to music.
Wow.
Yep. They also claim here another thing, anxiety is gone. Hospitals can be a scary place, right? Especially when you're recovering from surgery. So this is where music is magic again. Patients who listen to tunes reported feeling less anxious overall. They said there's noticed a 3% reduction in anxiety. Might not sound like much, but every little bit helps, right, when you're trying to heal. They said opioids also took a nosedive. Patients who listen to music use less than half the amount of morphine compared to those who didn't on the first day after surgery. And that's a big deal, especially considering the ongoing concerns about opioid use in healthcare.
And then getting hooked on it.
Yep, they said heart rate harmony. Your ticker gets in on the action too. Music listeners experience 4.5 fewer heartbeats per minute compared to non-listeners. And if you want to know why that matters, they say a steady, calm heart rate helps your body circulate oxygen and nutrients more effectively, which is crucial for the healing process. Plus, it reduces the risk of scary complications like abnormal heart rhythms, stuff like that. They say when patients wake up after surgery, sometimes they feel really scared and don't know where they are. Music can help ease that transition from waking up, right? That waking up stage to a return to living your normal life, and may also help reduce stress around the transition. So there's a bunch of benefits they say here, and they're like, well, what makes it such a powerful healing tool? And this is music after surgery. And this is something I've been in surgery, I've been in the hospital stays and stuff like that, and I never really think about bringing my headphones or popping in, listening to jams. Yeah. They say for starters, it's incredibly easy to use. Unlike other therapies that might require concentration or movement, listening to music is a passive experience. You don't need special training. You don't need equipment. Just pop in your earbuds or turn on a speaker and you are good to go. So yeah, they've done a lot of research also talking about your cortisol levels, called the stress hormone. Music helps those levels stay in check too, easing your body's stress response. So there's a lot of research and studies showing that this really does work.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. Music makes you feel good, and if it makes you heal better, that's a good thing. It is the Penthouse. It is a Tuesday. We'll be back in a few minutes with some Florida stories, and we're going to heal the next hour. Pure.
Be like the smart kids, like the summa cum laude of your workplace.
What?
Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
Your Stanley Cup Florida Panthers are back.
Barkov looks around up front. They score! They score! It was Ted Cole.
They've savored the taste of victory, but a new season is starting, and they're hungry for more.
Johnny scores! Gus Forsling beat the buzzer!
The Cats are back, and they're on the hunt for another championship.
Barkov in front, right on a shot, and he scores! The overtime winner!
Listen all season long on Real Radio 92.1.
Start the celebration, South Florida. The Panthers have done it. Stanley Cup champions! Stanley Cup champions!
Your FM home for the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
I-95 and the Turnpike still in really good shape up and down Palm Beach County. We do have some planned construction in Palm Beach on Southern Boulevard westbound before Kirk Road. You have a right lane blocked there. And US 1 northbound remains closed at the Jupiter Bridge. That's a look at traffic. I'm Dennis Taylor.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Hey, it's Greek to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
Seminole Casino Coconut Creek is your local gambling destination, featuring over 2,300 slot machines and more than 80 live table games with blackjack, baccarat, craps, roulette, sports betting, and more. Visit the smoke-free pavilion, full of more slots, live table games, and easy access from the west parking lot. Visit NYY Steak and other dining options and live entertainment during the week at Sunset Grill, Nectar, and Sound Bar. Visit CasinoCoco.com. Come home to Coco. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey, South Florida, it's Franny. And at GiveMeTheVin.com, they know all used cars aren't the same, and they pay more for the clean ones. If your car's nicer than everyone else's, they'll pay you more. Got a regular car? They'll pay you top of normal. Even if it's a bit rough, they'll still pay you top dollar for crappy. If they can't be your CarMax offer, they'll pay you $100. They'll even show up at your house with a check in hand. Get started today at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
$77 marijuana cards during MMJ Health's Mania Madness. Limited appointments. Call 561-269-4137. Again, MMJ's $77 Mania Madness ends soon. Call 561-269-4137 today.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at lifelock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Football season is here. Do you have your picks in on Sleeper? Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats, and you could win up to 100 times your money. For new users, Sleeper will even match your first deposit with up to $100 credit to your account. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code MONDAY for a credit up to $100 match on your first deposit. That's code MONDAY. Must be 18 years in most states and in state where it is legal. Promo code and other restrictions apply. Visit sleeper.com. Please wager responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-426-2537 for help. Sponsored by Sleeper, a Blitz product.
Spooky hits, commercial free. That's Halloween Radio on the free iHeart app. This spooky station is filled with non-stop Halloween hits. Open the free iHeart app, search Halloween Radio, and listen now. iHeart Free never sounded so good.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl brings you conditions in the forecast for the rest of the day today. Winds about 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 25 to 30 miles an hour along the coastline. Isolated to scattered showers expected throughout the day. Don't put away the umbrella just yet. Cloud filled following the rain this afternoon and evening.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeart radio station.
Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword cash at realradio921.com. That's cash. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Ooh, Halloween is next week. You guys got your costume ready? What are you going to be? Dom, you going to come in here dressed up for Halloween?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay. If you do, I will. Franny's here.
What's up?
Halloween is only, I would say, about what now? 10 days away? 8 days away? Next Thursday night, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trick or treat, bitches. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
here's the trick, and here's our treat. Franny's here.
What's up?
And it is time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Alrighty. Well, let's start with a. Which one do we want to do? Man, this is tough. All right, so this is
the bad one.
This is a bad one, and I'm sorry, it's just a crazy story, and we're gonna see it everywhere. So
Dom, unplug your
I'll be the
headphones.
one to report it. No, it's just really disturbing. A Florida woman is facing aggravated child abuse charges after deputies say she instructed a 10-year-old to purposely drop an infant on its head via a message on Roblox. I'm not super familiar with Roblox. Are you, Dom?
It's some little video game.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So isn't that crazy? So Escambia County Sheriff's Department said they received from the Gulf Coast Kids House October 17th. They said in reference to a 2-month-old who suffered injuries after being dropped by a 10-year-old. Investigators say Tara Sykes, 36, was communicating with the child through social media and that gaming platform Roblox, instructing the child on various methods to injure, and even worse, the infant.
Terrible.
According to deputies, she instructed the 10-year-old, I hate this, to drown the infant,
Oh my
burn
God.
the infant, drop the infant. This person, the sheriff was like, I've been a law enforcement officer for 40 years and I've never seen anything like this. I'm truly disturbed by the circumstances and the thought that anyone could think like this, let alone instruct these acts to be carried out. There is something deeply wrong with her, and that is the county sheriff, Chip Simmons, over there in Escambia County. They say that Sykes also instructed the 10-year-old on how to kill the adults they were temporarily living with.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, by terrible things, cutting their throats with a knife, doing stuff while they were burning the house down, dousing the bed sheets with aerosol spray, and then setting them on fire.
It's crazy.
It is nuts. Absolutely nuts. This woman needs to be locked behind bars forever.
Yeah.
Forever. So
It's the right way to kill.
yeah. But the fact, this isn't a child that she knows. This is just a kid that she's communicating with online.
Which is sad.
And from the sounds of it, from the reports I've read, it sounds like kind of like a foster home situation where there is that baby where she was saying the adult stuff like that. I mean, just absolutely insane. Yeah, if you haven't, I'm gonna see if I have more details on it. I don't know if it's the kid's mom. I got to look into it. The article that I had from this morning was a little vague, but all we know is that she is disgusting. Then next up in your What the Florida, we will get a little bit more on the crazy stuff, more a little wacky, not so disturbing and serious. We have a Florida man who is listed as an Uber driver, but claimed he was a security guard, and he was hired to escort 4 women into the Taylor Swift concert and be their security guard. He managed to get in without a ticket. They said he looked pretty official, wearing a nice blue suit, and he also had a badge around his neck. Well, eventually the guy gets down to the field area. His name is Ivan Mariotti of Key Biscayne. And when he was near the floor and field area, that's when officer was like, hey, why are you wearing that badge? And he was like, well, I've been hired to be security. Telling officials he worked for multiple security companies. He then told the officers he didn't have a ticket, but got in because he escorted his 4 clients. Well, the women were like, no. We hired him to drive us as an Uber. We did not hire him to be our security. He's not a security guard.
How did they get home that night?
So they weren't sure. They weren't sure why he had a badge. And then, they did look up in the report. His occupation is listed as an Uber driver. He was arrested on charges of falsely impersonating an officer and interfering with an entertainment event. That was also on there. Then next up in your What the Florida, we got a missing kangaroo. I don't know if it's still missing. We got to find out. But as of this morning, it was Volusia County after escaping an enclosure. According to Sheriff Mike Chitwood, they said, when you think you've seen it all, the town of Pearson is hopping tonight. The kangaroo fled after a bear entered its enclosure. And while it's not yet been located, anyone who spots it is asked to contact the sheriff's office over there. And then finally, in your wackiness of your What the Florida, we have a Florida man, and this is another Uber thing. Carlos Flores is his name. And he was taking an Uber to his friends, I say friends loosely, trailer park home.
Acquaintances.
And he was angry over $100 that he claimed was never repaid from a night out at the strip club. So this Carlos Flores told the Uber driver, he even tells, like, how do you know this Uber driver? He's like, you're telling him everything.
Well, everybody does that,
Like, this is your boy. He told the Uber driver, yeah, I'm going over to my friend's house, the guy you're taking me to, and I'm going to burn down his house. And the Uber driver said he had a detergent bottle full of gasoline and a lighter.
Should have just pulled over right there.
So concerned, the driver immediately called authorities after dropping him off. Well, he probably was scared of the dude, right? He was like, all right, I'm going to call after I let him go wherever he wants to go. So he called the cops, warning them about this dude about to commit arson. Deputies arrived just in time because they found Carlos about to ignite the trail of gasoline that he poured towards the trailer and around the trailer.
Unbelievable.
Thankfully, the Uber driver did the right thing. The sheriff said he was arrested with a lighter in hand and a concealed knife in his pocket, and now is facing charges of arson, threats to kill, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And that is your What the Florida.
Crazy stories out there every single day. You guys give them to us in so many different ways. And Uber drivers, like, we talked about people talking to them like it's a bartender, telling them personal things. We talked about stories where girls say, you know what, they went out to get a little action. They didn't get any at the club or the restaurant. And then when they get in the car with the Uber driver, they bang him for a free fare. How about if the Uber driver...
It's not a free fare. Some people, they just bang them.
You still
they
gotta
already
pay for
charge
the ride?
you. I mean, unless they reimburse you.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You get charged, yeah.
Oh, you get charged, wow. So you got to pay for the ride.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's pretty good. Any urges to be an Uber driver? No.
Not really, no.
No, that's got to be... I think anything dealing with the public's a tough job, especially when people are tuned up. I mean, people like to make it glamorous and stuff, but man, that is not a good thing. You're dealing with the public, and they're 2 sheets to the wind. That's pretty tough.
2 of them, huh?
Not 1 sheet, 2 sheets. Dodgers and Yankees, World Series Friday night, man. How jacked up are you guys going to be for that? The series that everybody wanted. There was an article in the New York Post. This girl supposedly is an expert on telling when a man is cheating for women. It's always the women against the men. I always say the same thing for years. Who are the men cheating with? The women. But she says one of the biggest signs is if you're with your man and he keeps his phone down. And that because he doesn't want you to see who's calling him. Now, that was maybe years ago, but now you could just put a girl's name in a different, wherever it is under a different name, in your contacts.
Why is Domino's calling you?
Yeah, why is Domino's? Well, you don't want to put Domino's, but I mean, you can put anything. You can put Dominic for an iHeart. I mean, you're not thinking that.
Yeah, and I guess it just so I have a new case and it doesn't have a thing on it, but I used to have one of those, what do you call where it's just like to hold your phone?
Pop socket?
It wasn't a pop socket, it was more of a ring kind of thing where I could prop my phone. So because of that, when I sat it on its back, it sat weird. So a little bit like yours, G-Man.
Yeah.
So most of the time my phone would be face down. It's just because it would sit funny with the ring on the bottom. But that's no shenanigans. I mean, now that I have a flat one because I put a new case, I do it that way. But I mean, I think that's one of those things we've heard. If somebody's cheating, their phone's down all the time.
What if you wrap your phone in a napkin?
No, that's bad.
Paper towel, you mean?
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yep.
If you do that, that's run for the hills.
That is. That girl's crazy.
That means like, woohoo, it's going to be there.
Nuts.
Something's happening there.
So they said that this one woman says, I've caught thousands of unfaithful men, and here are the 8 signs that he's cheating on you. According to her, she's catching bees with honey, she says, and the cheaters never prosper. And they said that this is she's a professional honey trapper, is what the term is. It's
She's
funny.
smoking hot, too.
And her name is Madeline Smith. She's the bait. Well, yeah, I mean, I would think, right? If you're going to be the bait, you got to be smoking hot. So when this vixen isn't busy texting the loyalties of taken men, because she gets hired from suspicious partners. She's sharing tips and tricks on how to spot the telltale signs. This girl, she knows she's hot, so she's making money off of it. And she's also taking down cheaters. She said, don't get it twisted, ladies. She wrote in the caption this on TikTok, there is nothing wrong with taking concrete steps to protect your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, in today's digital age, opportunities to cheat on your significant other are only a few clicks away. It's way easier to do these days.
Of course.
And so she says that she sends flirty messages to guys who are off the market.
Supposed to be.
Yes, and assures that curious wives and girlfriends don't have to know computers in order to point their guys and figure out that they're unfaithful. Instead, this, what they call naughty know-it-all, suggests women keep their eyes peeled for any of the following top 8 red flags.
Pay attention, Dom.
I know. I love she's putting this out there, but she's kind of taking business away from herself. But I know these women want concrete evidence, and that's why they have her. But not only puts down the phone, first thing she says, he hides his phone. When you're out for dinner or just on the sofa watching TV, does he leave his phone face up or face down? She asked in the column. It may seem trivial, but ask yourself, what could possibly flash up if he doesn't want somebody to see it?
Sometimes I leave my phone in the car because I don't want to be, like, I feel like if I'm getting a call, then I feel like I got to answer. So I just don't do it. Like sometimes I'm at a girl's house or something, I'll leave it in the car and just whatever, come back 2 hours later.
She says innocent dudes don't hide their devices. If you got nothing to hide, why should you care? She said it meant a lot to me that my fiance was comfortable sharing his passcode.
No, she's also smoking hot. Yeah, the passcode's a big thing. What do you think?
I know my husband's passcode.
Well, that I would. What do you think about that, Dom? How long before you date somebody and they say, "Can I have your passcode?"
Are you banging her?
Oh my God.
That's the question. That's always the question.
All right, you're banging her.
All right, then she could have the passcode
right away. So if you meet her first night and you bang her, you give her your passcode?
No, it's not the first. I mean, you bang her the first night. I don't know about that.
Happens every day.
Yeah, it does. But I wouldn't give it to her in the first night. But maybe if she's living with you, how about that? Then I would give it to her.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's something that everybody's different about it. It's
And
like
that's the
almost
thing.
like going through your mail.
Yeah.
Some people feel like, it's an invasion of privacy. Like, this is my phone. And a lot of people today have everything on their phone. Doesn't necessarily in any shape or form mean they're cheating. They could just be, hey, I'm private.
But that's the thing. It's not like I was like, hey, Matt, give me your passcode or vice versa, whatever it is. It's if he gave me something to look at or his phone was locked, he'll be like, it's so.
Yeah.
I mean, just easy to give it to me when some people will be like, like very private about it. So that is the first thing. She also claims here the 8 things that your man's cheating on her from a professional who busts guys cheating. You're not in his pics. And I've said this before. I know a girl who is not in any of her boyfriend's pics and they live together. And I think he is such a dirty dog. I was like, even when they're on vacation, I was like, how can you be okay with this? Like in his social media life, it looks like he's a single dude.
Oh, that's bad.
And I just don't know. And maybe it's insecurities with her or whatever, but they've been together for over a year. I would be pissed.
I have a friend like that.
Yeah.
And he's a realtor, but that's what he uses as the excuse.
So, well, you know what? How about you have your realtor page and you have your own personal page? That's what most realtors do.
Yeah.
It's silly. So, yeah, this one girl, or she says with she had a pregnant client, she was like, it was an immediate red flag that there were no pictures of her on his Instagram profile. She said, even if he claims he never posts on social media, you should at least feature something with your girlfriend, especially if you're pregnant, right?
Yeah,
girlfriend.
of course.
Said your partner should be proud to show you off. If he's not, it signals a lack of commitment, is what it says there.
Yeah, if he's on social media, yes, then you should be there.
He uses Snapchat. She says she's skeptical of any guy using the chat. There's no good reason why a man past school age should have Snapchat on his phone. She said Snapchat, with the USP that it deletes messages after they've been viewed, right, is an app for cheaters. She said, I've only ever known adult men use it to send and receive explicit photographs. Whatever his explanation, if he's a regular snapper, she said, be very wary when it comes to this.
Question you got to ask, Don, when you're out. Are you a snapper?
She said, won't show location. Well, that's different. Like, girls like to use these silly filters and this and that. You guys don't use that stuff. And that's why she thinks it's more scandalous for guys who have it.
I get it.
Won't show his location. Nowadays, it's normal to have your loved ones on location sharing apps. One of the red flags I often hear, my husband's location always seems to be turned off with no explanation. She said cheaters will come up with some excuse as to why they don't want to share their location, but then insist that their girlfriend shares theirs. She said, which leads me to the next red flag, which is unequal expectations. Cheaters are jealous people with fragile egos. She said that's almost always why they cheat. The validation of one woman's love is never enough for them. She urges that women against falling into a one-sided trap. My clients often report that their partner expects them to have these unrealistic boundaries with men, cutting off male friends, even not speaking to male colleagues. Meanwhile, he's posting pictures of himself with some bikini-clad girl and saying, we're just friends.
But that sucks. You can't do it. The location thing, though, I wouldn't be cool with. I mean, I don't know. I'm not cheating, but why do you know where the hell I am? I'm telling you where I'm at. I mean, that's it. I don't know.
So a couple of things here. Let's see what else we can speed through these. Unequal expectations. I do that one. Yes. Yes. He accuses you of cheating.
Ooh. Reverse psychology.
Does he call it gaslighting? Does he call you crazy or claim that you're being insecure if you raise concerns?
What's wrong with you?
Does he accuse you of being unfaithful for no obvious reason? Not only is it gaslighting behavior designed to be humiliating, but it's also highly revealing, she said. And then, of course, she said intuition is key. Women are emotionally intelligent, more so than men. Words.
Wow.
But we're also masters of convincing ourselves that strange behavior must have an innocent explanation when every bone in our body is screaming otherwise. Rather than rationalizing a guy's weirdness, just trust your gut, she says. She said almost all the messages she receives from women saying that something just doesn't feel right, sadly, they're usually right, she says. So she said, when you're in doubt, just call him out.
If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. I mean, there are signs. I think the one thing is, if somebody's disappearing for hours, they don't have to call you right back, but acknowledge it. I think if, you're around somebody and, you call them and it takes them, 2-3 hours to call you back, that's a little shady.
Also, if they start, needing to work more, a lot more.
If they what?
Needing to go to work more at random hours, not the normal time.
Yeah. That would be a little shady, too. Like if you hear somebody saying at 10 o'clock, I got to go to the office. For what?
Yeah.
To bang Susie? I mean, come on. You're going to office at 10 o'clock? But that's where the location thing comes in. Because on the other side, people always say, well, if you have nothing to hide, let me put the location on your car and we'll see where you're at. So, I mean, but there's ways around that, too.
Well, it could be on your phone, too.
Yeah, but even if it's on your car, you go park your car someplace and then you leave and you get a ride. And you just leave your car there for 3 hours. It could be at your workplace. Again, this is what I've heard.
Sounds like somebody who has experience in this.
No, I don't have any experience in that. I'm not hiding from anybody, but I'm just saying there's ways around it. Your phone, if they track you on your phone, you're screwed. Now, you can have a backup phone, obviously. So there's always a way around it. But, yeah, if you leave your phone someplace or your location and somebody finds it, you're definitely screwed. So you got to be careful. Say you're at the track, but you're really not there. But Dom always says if you're banging them, then you tell them. Even in the beginning, like the first week or two, if a girl said to you, hey, I want I want to be following you, you would think that's weird.
Like I said, I would go to if they moved in with you, kind of. I don't know, banging first, no.
Yeah.
But
no. Well, moving in is a whole new level.
That's extra. That's a little too much. I think that's a red flag. When you just had sex with them and be like, we're sharing locations. I'll be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
You're a little too much for me.
I love that. I'm out. Sure, look, that's deep. A girl wanted me to send her PIN one night. I told you, I just met her, and I'm like, so I just only know you 2 days. You want to get my credit card PIN? I'm like, what are you, crazy? She goes, know your location.
She wants you to drop a PIN.
Yeah, I'm like, drop a PIN? Give me a PIN? What the hell kind of PIN you want? That's a little crazy. But again, if you have any signs, I think the one thing with this article is the biggest thing. If there's any change in behavior, then that's it. Like if you talk to somebody 6-7 times a day or 5 times a day and you don't talk to them, well, guess what? They're talking to somebody else. They didn't just stop talking. That's something you don't realize. Say you talk to somebody every morning, they would call you and just, chit-chat. What's up? What are you doing? Driving to work? Yada, 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 yada. And then all of a sudden they stop. That's a sign. Because they're talking to somebody in the morning. I mean, that's, you know what I mean? That's one thing that you could definitely pick up on. If you're with your girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever it is, and like you said, living with somebody. But if you talk to somebody every morning when they're commuting, you're commuting, and then all of a sudden it stops, I wouldn't believe that she, wanted to stop talking in the morning. I would think she's talking to somebody else. I mean, you don't want to realize that or say it, but that's the truth most times. I don't think they're like, okay, I don't talk in the morning. Now I'm just concentrating on driving. I'm not going to do it. No, they're probably finagling. So, and the phone is the easiest way to catch everybody. It just is. I mean, and I think people still to this day, even though they know everything is watched and, you could copy and all that, I still think people get lax with text messages and stuff like that. I mean, you get in somebody's phone and you see a number that doesn't seem normal, and you can see the kind of text messages that are there. That right there, you're definitely, you're nailed. Especially if they got the girl's name under a guy's name and he's talking about some weird stuff. And you'd be a little like, wait a minute. I thought this was Ralph. And this is the way you talk to him. If you have any signs or ways to catch people cheating, call us at 877-927-6969. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. We have a big event coming up November 16th. Tastings event coming at you at the outlets. Always a great chance to taste some wine, try some different wines, craft beers, and great food. It is awesome. It's going to be a good time. It always is. You're going to want to check it out and get some great, great tickets. And also, VIP tickets are available.
Yeah, and that is our Tuesday. This is what we call Just a Tip, our Tuesday Instagram post. At Real Radio 921 is where you'll find our Instagram. That is our handle. And we are giving away a pair of tickets to that tastings event, as G-Man said, happening November 16th. So if you want to score those tickets, just follow all the instructions there. Tomorrow, we will pick a winner just around the beginning of the Penthouse show, and we will send you a direct message. So make sure you check your DMs. We'll send you a message letting you know that you're the winner. So make sure you do that. And of course, if you want to get your tastings ahead of time, you can always go to pbtastings.com. VIP gets you in an hour earlier from 4 to 5, and then we let general admission in from 5 to 7. So if you want those VIP, make sure you hop on those too, because they are limited.
And you can meet the Greek there.
Yeah, I mean, the selling point. Ooh.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I'm there every year. I go all the time. I'm always there. It's a good time. You guys will definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, and a little heads up, because I love this time of year because they start showing up. But if you want a taste of who's coming so far, and they just keep on, because we have some time, I know more will come in. Buffalo Wild Wings, BJ's, if you like candy, bulk candy stores, City Cellar, which is delicious. City Cellar's still one of my favorite restaurants over there in City Place. Earl's Slow and Low Barbecue, Giovanni's, Ona, PDQ, Payway. Pee-wee, whatever you call it. I call it Payway. Talkin' Tacos, which is great. Those are just a few restaurants. I know we'll keep on adding more to the list.
We had Rita sign up recently.
Nice. Yard House is in the mix, too.
Tropical.
Rita's Italian Ice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, they're awesome.
What else? Tropical Smoothie Cafe is always there. So it's a good time. Make sure, I know people who go to always tell us, they call in after the fact and just say we had the best time at tasting. So that is our Just the Tip. So go to Instagram at Real Radio 921 and you'll see that post. Follow the instructions.
You will not leave there hungry. I can tell you that. No doubt about tons of food that they give away. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys, Tuesday, excuse me. I hope you guys are having a good day. We'll come back with a trifecta and so much more.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Something is coming back into popularity that has not been popular for a very long time.
Sean Watson.
What? How dare you? My popularity remains at an all-time high.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Still looking really good up and down West Palm Beach and through Boca Raton on I-95 and the Turnpike. US 1 also looking up to speed with no trouble. US 1, though, northbound remains closed at the Jupiter Bridge. This is ongoing construction. That's a look at traffic. I'm Dennis Taylor.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's in Palm Beach, and it's football season. College or pro, Monroe's is the place to go to watch the games. And on Monday night, you will not find a better place in Palm Beach County. Beautiful ladies and drink specials all night long. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach for football season. Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, it doesn't matter. Add a 5-star menu to Monroe's, and it's a perfect evening. If your team loses, you're still a winner because you got a beautiful girl next to you. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In office, West Palm Beach. Storm cleanup is underway. Count on Grainger to help your business recover. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry when you stop by Grainger's West Palm Beach branch at 1800 North Florida Mango Road. Call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com to get the products and equipment you need now.
Hey, it's the Greek, and Halloween's coming, and you're not sure about your costume? That's okay, because you got a couple weeks, and you can figure it out. But when it comes to retirement, you can't figure it out. You got to be on point, and Trajan Wealth can help you. Stop in their offices in West Palm Beach today and figure out a plan for your retirement. They're not going to help you with your costume for trick-or-treat night, but they'll definitely help you with retirement and a plan and your goals. Their experts are there for you all the time to answer all your questions and all your needs to make your retirement excellent and for you to have future Halloweens with no worries in the world. Call them today at 561-390-1000. You worked hard your whole life. Don't forget that. And now this is your reward to just kick back and enjoy South Florida and to enjoy your family and friends. At 561-390-1000. That's 561-390-1000. Trade your wealth. Peace.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet and Security Edge plus Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Unlimited Mobile. And ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 11/17/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup. Eco bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
Drake's Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Only at Lowe's, MVP Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500. Discount on eligible product only and reflected in quote. Restrictions apply. See Pro Desk for details. MVP Pro Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowes.com/terms subject to change.
Real Radio weather.
CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Breezy conditions in the forecast for the rest of the day today. Winds about 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 25, even 30 miles an hour along the coastline. Isolated to scattered showers expected throughout the day. Don't put away the umbrella just yet. Clouds build following the rain this afternoon.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock is warning you about phishing scams tricking you into revealing personal info. For even more protection, choose LifeLock, which alerts you to suspicious uses of your info and fixes the issues. Start your 30-day free trial at lifelock.com/cybersafety.
Don't be scared. It's Halloween season, and the free iHeartRadio app has everything you need to make it a scream. Commercial-free Halloween radio. Custom playlists like Fright Night Raw. And spooky podcasts like
Stuff to Blow Your Mind.
Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for always tuning in to Real Radio. Always appreciate you guys listening. Dominic's in the house.
Yo.
Always doing a great job, even though he would leave us for $400,000 to do a job in Alaska.
I would, yep.
400,000.
Sure would. Keep going lower, and I'd probably still say yes.
I don't know where the line is. I know we got a little bit more room. I'm a good negotiator. I threw out $2 million for Franny because I wanted her to be up there and be stress-free. For you, like I said, $5 million. I think there's even some more room in there. I think $300,000 cash in a Louis bag. I think you'd be like, adios. You'd be gone. But we hope you don't leave anytime soon. We do enjoy everything.
How weird would it be if you got a job offer in Alaska? You're like, what the heck?
Radio producer.
Well, maybe it'll be like social media. You know, when you talk about something, then it starts coming on your feed, like all of a sudden.
Like John Wick 5?
Oh, yeah. Just crazy. You never know. Next thing you know, you're in the movie. So it's just John Wick 5 like that. The other day, my buddy was talking to me about a half hour. He's starting a window cleaning business where he's going to clean windows at offices and businesses and homes. And all of a sudden, I started getting stuff like that like 6 hours later. I'm like, this is so crazy. Franny's here.
Hey.
And it is time, and the last time of the day, for a Greek trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek trifecta.
All right, there was some football last night. There was 2 games, but one had more juice than the other. The Chargers did lose to Arizona 17-15, and Arizona did cover, getting a 1.5. But the big game was Tampa Bay and guess who? The Ravens. And the Ravens don't lose to NFL teams. Lamar Jackson is the starting quarterback. He is 23-1, and that continued again last night. They ended up winning 41-31. Huge game for him. 5 touchdown passes. And you know, one thing about every fan, as soon as they see something, they're like, oh my God, they're going to Super Bowl. They're going to win. Every week it changes. The Ravens do have a good team. Defense, not as strong as it was in the past, but offensively they added Henry, and that is a strong piece. Another big game for him, 2 long runs. But Lamar wins again over the NFC and throws 5 touchdown passes. Unbelievable game for him. Hats off to him. Tua did announce yesterday, speculation was out there that he was coming back. He had a press conference yesterday, and he said he really appreciates everybody caring about him and his health, but he goes, I'm coming back. I love this football to death. He said he couldn't imagine his life without football. So he's coming back. He is going to be playing this Sunday as they take on Arizona, which will be fun.
What did the medical experts clear you for? Did they clear you for not having an advanced risk of concussion this season? When you talked to them, what did they clear you for?
They cleared me from my concussion that I had.
And there was no future risk?
Nope.
Joel, we skipped the most obvious question. How excited are you for you back to getting to practice this week?
How excited are you?
Very.
I'm very excited too.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he really wants to dance with this. I heard some other things. Dom, you said it was a 12-minute press conference.
Yeah.
There was a couple of things that I saw on social media too where he was just like, hey, I appreciate it. He's not going to wear that extra helmet. It is a big thing because, again, it's, the NFL, which is one of the biggest things in our country. He got hurt on a Monday Night Football, just like he got hurt last time when they played Cincinnati. I think it was Thursday night. but everybody was watching, and everybody's been talking about it. But he's like, I'm coming back. I want to play. I love it. And that's it. He is married. Now, some people are saying, they were surprised because he's married that he's coming back.
He's got a kid, too.
Does he have a child?
Yeah.
I didn't know if he had a child.
Right? Doesn't he have a kid?
I'm not sure.
Did I make that up?
I don't think he does. I could be wrong. Maybe you're right.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, I don't
thought
remember.
he did.
Yeah,
I know he got quietly married, right? Like
that was a secret. And he
has 2 kids.
All right. Okay. That's what I thought.
Okay.
I thought he had a child. I was like, well, but I know he's very private about his personal life.
Oh, he when he got married, he was like, I don't have to tell you when I'm getting married. I mean, that's
I
the
can
way
appreciate that.
Yeah. But again, he's playing. I hope everything works out. I hope he stays healthy. He says he's going to be a little bit more careful. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, how careful you can be. You're in the NFL. It's a violent sport.
Yeah. You may want to try to be careful, but everybody else around you.
Yeah. I mean, you're playing quarterback. You touch the ball every down.
Yeah.
He said he's going to be more. I mean, again, he's got to be more conscientious. It's more of your mindset of like when he got hurt, he didn't slide. He's got to think if he is going to run, he can slide. Now, if he decides he's not going to run anymore, okay, that's good. But on the other side, that hurts the Dolphins because then the defenses know he's never crossing the line of scrimmage. And in today's NFL, quarterbacks that scramble and move around definitely add something, another dynamic to their offense. We'll see what happens. It is Tua this week. They're playing Arizona. Remember, you could hear the game on 101.7. And NBA starts tonight. It'll be the Celtics getting their rings against the Knicks, getting 5, and then the Lakers and Minnesota. And the Laker news will just be LeBron James and his son. That's all you're going to hear everywhere. You think LeBron and his son get on the court at the same time today?
Ooh, I could see it.
Yeah?
Just because it's the first game. It could be just for 10, 20, one play even, but I could see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He may. We'll see what happens. I think Minnesota tunes them, even though that line has changed a little. Aaron Rodgers talked to the media on Monday, and they were asking him, hey, how you guys going to stay positive and focused after being 2-5? Of course, Rodgers being Rodgers, that romance with the media is not getting good. He said, you know what? We won't listen to you guys. That's the first thing. So the New York media is brutal. They are brutal. They will come after him, and the only way you quiet them down is if you win. We'll see what happens with that. The Jets got to, they're 2-5. They got 10 games left. They realistically got to go 8-2 or 9-1. I cannot see that happening. Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee and Ice Treats, open in Deerfield Beach. Peace.
All right, so we got a couple text messages we can get into. One is asking your opinion on a pretty serious matter, and that's you, G-Man. And then we have Brett from Melbourne. This is 47142. That's a text line. You just have to start it off with Real Radio. It says, Brett from Melbourne listening on the iHeartRadio app. Hello, Franny, Greek, and Dom. Franny, did you say the U.S. deficit is $100 a second? You sure that's not Greek's gambling at the win, is what we have on here. It could be his gambling, but no, I wasn't talking about the deficit. There was something else. But with Dom playing those parlays, maybe Greek should piggyback on his teams with a few shekels and split it 90-10 with him.
I asked Dom that the other day, and I said to him, and I've told Frandy that and other people, if they really feel good about something, I will jump in and support them and back them up financially. And we'll just worry about the money later. But either one wanted to do it.
And, well, I've never had any. You've always just wanted to put money in my account and then just do some bets that you felt strongly about.
Oh, yours.
We said, what do you think about the Canes giving FSU 21? I love the Canes, but the defense is terrible. $2 million to go to Alaska to work. Jimmy Thie left us for $8.50. So he doesn't. Ha-ha, money's on the dresser.
I think the same thing. The Canes defense is terrible. I think everybody is going to be on Florida State. It's still going to be such a game where these kids, know each other. It's rivalry. I'm not laying 21 with the Canes.
Is that here? This is in Miami?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not saying the Canes are not going to win, and maybe they do blow them out, and Florida State has had a terrible year. But this is the game where, you know what? Florida State can play good and keep it close. 21 points is a lot. So that means at the end of the game, if you're betting, you have to realize this so you don't get a backdoor cover. And what a backdoor cover is when the team scores at the end. The Canes got to be up by 28 for you to be comfortable. And it could happen, but I'm not laying 21 with the Canes. That's a lot of points. And the Canes defense does stop nobody. They really haven't. The last couple of weeks, everybody scores on them. Now, they can bury Florida State, 42-10, but I wouldn't lay 21. That's a lot of points.
There you go. And then this is kind of a early WWGD that came into the text line. Greek, we have here somebody wants your opinion. They says, "Hey guys, I'm almost 1 month away from my 25th anniversary, and this part isn't nice, and I'm contemplating divorce. Reason why is she tells me she loves me, but in the past 15 years, she has never once initiated any affection. I mean, not even a kiss. Many friends say, you guys have been together so long, just stick it out. But I'm 54. I'm still highly passionate, if you know what I mean. And I cannot go any longer without some kind of affection in my life. She claims that she needs therapy to get over our first 5 years of marriage, I guess. Obviously, over 20 years ago when we had some rough times. I think she just uses it as an excuse. So they want to know, G-Man, do you have an opinion on this?
Well, I think if you're married that long, you should try to save it. I think anytime you're married, you should use everything you can to try to save a marriage because it's a marriage, and a marriage is a commitment on both people's parts, and you should try everything. If you've tried everything and you're totally exhausted, then you say, okay, you know what? I tried, and you walk away and you say, okay, I tried my best. But, yeah, I would go to therapy, and I would try it before. 20 years is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other thing that's puzzling is that 15 years, nothing's happened between these two? I mean, if that's what he's saying, what
has initiated any affection, not even a kiss. So I don't know if it's initiated, and maybe they have had some sexual relations, but it's never been initiated by her, or have you just not had any relations?
Let's go with she doesn't and that they've been together. I mean, that could just be your MO, where she's not somebody who initiates. I don't know. I mean, you could talk about it and try to get help, but I would try everything I could to make the marriage work. You've been married for this long.
And she's asking for therapy, saying you need it, and you think that maybe it's an excuse. At least she wants to try and help. And does she realize this is an issue with you guys? Does she realize that, have you communicated that the fact that she hasn't initiated affection in this long is a problem with you, and that you still have those urges, you're still highly passionate? I mean, obviously that's something you talk about. I think therapy is a good idea. Mm-hmm. And I also think some people don't realize it. A lot of people just think it's men with their ED and this and that and low testosterone. Some women go through that too, where they lose their urges to have sex. And it could also be somewhat of a hormone imbalance. I mean, it goes both ways. So maybe it's something that she also may need to talk about if she doesn't have any urges like you do or has lost that. Maybe it's something she needs to talk to a physician or her OBGYN about too, because sometimes it could be medical, sometimes it could be therapy. But I'm with you, G-Man. I mean, you got to exhaust all your efforts before you give it quits, especially if she wants to try and she wants that therapy too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he still wants, because if he didn't, he would have walked out. That's just the way.
But he's contemplating divorce at this point.
I know, but he's writing in. I'm saying like that. Yeah. And then she is too. You try everything when you get married. I think you do in all aspects. I tell my friends that every time they're going through a situation, go to therapy, talk, communicate. Don't just throw it. It's easy to throw the towel in anything in life. And remember, problems are up and downs in life. They're going to happen to other people too. I mean, you might, everybody thinks the grass is greener. You jump over the fence, it's crabgrass. I mean, it really is. There isn't anything better. When you get married, it's a very serious thing. If somebody doesn't want to work it out or even go to therapy one time, that's usually a selfish person who really has no heart and is a douchebag. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. I picked Alaska because that was the deepest, farthest place I could go and cold.
All right, so Franny, I got a question for you.
Okay.
For Greek, so does he lose stuff a lot?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
All right. So yesterday, I was going through Greek's footballs that he has, the ones that he gives out for Greek Gridiron.
Yeah.
And I was going through them. There's a little basket full of all of them. And guess what I found at the bottom of this basket?
What is that?
A nice little AirPod.
And you've lost like one single AirPod before and had to buy some new ones.
So
multiple
I found
times.
One AirPod yesterday at the bottom of this basket. And I know exactly whose it is.
100%.
It's mine.
How many AirPods have you gone through?
This year?
See?
I'm probably saying 9 or 10.
Yeah, it's somehow, some way, one of those ended up at the bbottom of a basket. Who knows where the rest are? They're probably at the bottom of other baskets.
You treat those like they're like the airline giveaway pair. You're like,
I lose them a lot.
300, 400, look, just throw it away.
I'm not surprised.
First of all, they're $100. Okay. Yeah, they are. At Best Buy.
The good ones are.
No, I have the inexpensive ones. They're $100. I can't afford the most expensive ones.
Well, just because you lose them so much.
I've lost 9 pairs.
Just because he loses them all the time.
I do have the other one though.
Yeah, well, let me see it. I could probably get that to work.
Do you still have one of them?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Now you got a pair. Now you got another pair.
Oh, you should have given me for
missing
Christmas.
One.
She gave it to me for Christmas.
Just wrap it up. Here's one
Oh,
AirPod.
here you go, Greek. You'd have been so happy too.
I would have been. I was like, oh my God, an AirPod. Oh God. So the other night, this is a great story. I was talking to some girl and we were going to go out to dinner. And I was like, man, there's not a lot of ATMs around my bank anymore because I'm in a different area now. And it's a pain in the ass to go to this one. It's like 25 minutes from where we're going. So she goes to me, go through your jackets. She goes, I bet you.
She's not wrong.
She goes, you'll find some money. So I got, I don't know how many closets, but they're all like to the max. There's about 6 or 7 of them. I went through like, I would say, I don't know, 30. And I came across enough. Not a ton, but enough to go out.
Surprise.
Enough to go out. Then once we got to the restaurant and banged around, I ended up going to a Wells Fargo. Thanks a lot for all the text messages I got from people about the ATMs in my house. And by the way, I do know it's my money because everybody's like, you got to put money in there. Of course. That's how there's going to be money. It's just so like awkward shape. Like if it could be something where it'd be a little bit cooler shape, then it'd be good. Then I wouldn't mind. Like I was thinking maybe on the side of a couch. Like you just cut out the couch and you put the ATM in there.
Like the end table?
Yeah, maybe that.
Put an ashtray on top?
Yeah, maybe something like that. Or maybe a humidor. You know, those humidors, I got a bunch of them from Monte Cristo and stuff, and then maybe put it in there, and then that would be easy. Because it is a pain in the ass, like, when you got to go. And they always tell you, like, don't go to ATM at night. Always tell you. Franny, I don't know if you remember this. Remember when we used to do, I don't know if you did any shows. Did you do any shows with us down in Miami years ago by Prime 112 at the Marriott?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All those.
Yeah, all right. So do you remember
Excuse me.
I mean, you might have came to me one time. There was a Wells Fargo on the corner of Collins, and it was so lit up. It was crazy. And everything around it was black. But the thing was, when you walked in, everybody knew you were in there. And like you were coming out with money. I mean, that was the bad thing. It was really lit up. And it was in, I had to walk in. But then once you came in, once you walked out, everybody knew you had cash on you. And there were so many people on the street right there. And that was one ATM I didn't like. Because you're nailed. I mean, like, you can't walk out of there and be like, and you're in downtown Miami, especially late at night. Like, you can't be like, hey, what do you do? You know what I mean? I don't have any cash on you. So that would suck. I remember one time I went during the day. We had a thing. I go, why don't you guys put shades up so nobody knows when you walk in? But it was so. But then again, that was part of the whole thing.
I don't like those either. The one that you're talking about, yeah, that was in the middle of a very busy area. But my bank a while ago used to have one in Legacy Place, and it was the same thing. After hours, they had it where you had to use your debit card to access the inside to use the ATMs.
Yep.
And the only way somebody could get in, right, is if they had a card from that bank too. And you felt like you were in a fish tank.
Yeah.
You were in there and you felt safe while you were by yourself in there. But then at the time you're like, but I have to come outside eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually I do.
Yeah. And I mean, and when you come out, you're nailed. I mean, there's nothing, you know what I mean? Like you just feel weird. Like this one was really big. It was downtown Miami and you just felt like, and there was bums all over the place and people and late night and stuff. So I don't know what they could do because they had those big red neon lights and yellow. But like, as soon as you walked in, you're like, what am I doing here? You can't walk out and say, I don't have any money. You're nailed.
You're like, I'm just making a deposit. You can say that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Then he tells you to empty your pockets.
And you're like, oh, maybe you take your money and you put it in your underwear, and then you empty your pockets.
See, you're so much smarter than me.
Go, yeah.
Put your money in your underwear.
Think smarter, not harder.
877.
I know they say work smarter. I changed that one out.
I know you have something on people spending money when they see something on social media.
Okay.
We're going a little longer today.
Are we? Because I think the show's over.
Don, where are we today?
Yeah.
We're good.
Oh, we're good? So discontinue your text didn't mean anything?
So what time is the show ending today?
We could end at 56.
Oh, all right. That's weird.
Franny's got to go.
No, I'm fine. I'm just so used to it ending at 152, 153. I don't know.
Yeah. And he
all right, here you go.
Don't know.
All right.
We're done.
I figured that was every day.
Yeah, so did I.
I didn't know we could change it up. I mean, hey.
Dom has some signals we're trying to get used to.
I don't see, but you do. I don't like. I see him in the peripheral, but I can see what he's doing to you as the host. You see this.
Do you have any problems with those signals in the bedroom? Because you might want to work on them.
What? Watch and hurry up.
The time I got, but when you went, you move, you're.
Hurry up.
Yeah, I think that means hurry up, and you're saying keep going. So it is a little confusing. But if it works for you in your bedroom,
we'll get you a sign that's got green and red.
Yeah.
You just flip it, whatever.
It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Go or stop? Stop or go?
I don't know.
In most radio shows, they talk about this stuff off the air. We just bring it right to the air. Franny's like, what are we doing? We going longer?
Live.
Are we going longer? What's going on?
We're real.
That's right.
Exactly.
Great job. What's your name, Dominic? Good job as always. I know you're looking forward to November 16th, the tastings.
Yeah. Look, I love how the show's is ending, and now it gets dark in here. G-Man's like, it's been so great in here all day.
Oh, my God. Franny, great job as always. Saddest time of my day is 2 p.m. Best time for me is when I first wake up and I go over to the mirror and I go, ah. But great seeing you today.
Great seeing you too. Thanks, Tom, for everything.
No problem.
You coming back tomorrow?
Yeah. I need a paycheck.
All right, good. Thanks. Wow. My God, you sound like people I date. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Peace.
Proving that some of us have a face for radio.
You sick sons of bitch!
Go to realradio921/watch so you can watch us make radio.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
Your Stanley Cup Florida Panthers are back.
Looks around up, but they score! They score! Was Ted
They've savored the taste of victory, but a new season is starting, and they're hungry for more.
Johnny scores! Gus Borsley beat the buzzer!
The Cats are back.